Before the girl became the world's first empress, she had a dream. In her dream, she met the same boy every year. She taught the boy how to cultivate. The boy helped her save the nation. But every time, he vanished without a trace. Even when she searched the world as an empress, she couldn't find any sign the boy ever existed. At this moment, you just became the new Dao sect successor and had a dream? In it, you saw a girl bathing. The hot spring was filled with gentle steam. The girl sat in the middle, eyes closed, cultivating. Her features were delicate. Her nose was straight. Her lips were rosy. She was so beautiful it felt unreal. Your eyes drifted downward, almost instinctively. Her fair skin blushed with a gentle pink. Surrounded by steam, it looked soft as cream. She was even more enticing this way. You've seen a few beauties from the top 10 in the spirit realm, but none compared to her. Though she still looked young and not fully grown. A scene fit only for heaven. Rarely seen on earth. Sadly, the water covered most of the view, making it hard to see clearly. Even so, you still walked closer, standing right next to the girl. You saw her lovely face up close. A strange feeling stirred deep inside you. You knew it was just a dream. So doing something risky shouldn't matter, right? The moment you thought that, a rush of youthful energy hit you. You couldn't help but reach out your hand, softly touching her cheek. Her silky skin made you lose yourself. This dream felt way too real. You muttered to yourself, almost like some magic pulled at you, making you lean down without noticing. Getting closer to the girl, the next second, a soft touch landed on your lips. Your tongue tasted a hint of sweetness and freshness, like the first bloom of a rose. It made you sink into bliss. Impossible to let go. Could this dream get any more real? Suddenly, a gentle sound broke the silence. The girl, still focused on cultivating, seemed to sense something off, and snapped her eyes open. Her clear gaze met yours right away. Her body instantly froze. "Let me go, you thief." Her pretty face turned bright red, shame and anger swirling together. She shoved you away, shouting, "Who are you? Why are you here?" She stood up in a panic as she spoke, watching you warily, stepping back, and pulling out a long sword from her storage ring. She took a defensive stance. You were stunned. The pool wasn't really deep, so when she was sitting, the water barely covered her. But once she stood up, her elegant curves were on full display. It made it hard for you to breathe. Sure, there was steam all around, blurring things, but that sense of hazy beauty just made it even more tempting. You thought even if you're the Dao sect's new successor, and a top prodigy, you're still just a teenager. You were about to get a nosebleed. Suddenly, your nose felt hot. Something dripped into the water. You quickly wiped your nose, then awkwardly said, "It's a misunderstanding." Really, it's all a misunderstanding. The girl followed your gaze, and suddenly realized she wasn't dressed yet. Her face flushed bright red. "You pervert!" she yelled, reacting instantly, almost in a heartbeat. She was covered by her clothes. Once her beauty was hidden, you couldn't help thinking, "Too bad," before you could recover. A sharp flash of cold light cut through the water. Swinging straight toward you, she held her sword tight, moving fast, every attack deadly, fighting fiercely, holding nothing back. "Damn, seriously!" you shouted, pushing off the water, and leaping away. She kept swinging her sword non-stop. Sword light flashed everywhere. She chased you relentlessly. You realized she had already reached the 7th innate level. You were shocked, since this girl in your dream was even more talented than you. But she was still young, so her cultivation was a bit lower than yours. Not enough to beat you. Right at that moment, with lightning speed, you reached out with your right hand and grabbed her sword perfectly. "Hey, girl, I'm telling you, this is just a dream. Do you believe me?" you asked awkwardly. "Yeah, right. Isn't that every pervert's excuse? You all love that line, don't you?" Her face grew cold and angry, snapping back. You were speechless. The proud Dao sect successor, being called a pervert? But seriously, the feel of this dream was way too real. "Please let me explain," you said. "You really want to explain this dream? Go die." She didn't give you a chance. Her foot stomped the water, waist twisting as she lunged in, striking at you with her palm. You dodged to the side and grabbed her hand on the way. With a gentle pull, She let out a yelp, falling right into your arms. Let go of me, jerk. You perv. She struggled hard, trying to break free from your arms. But your strength was way above hers, so she couldn't escape at all. The more she fought, the tighter you held her. Can you listen to me now? You looked at the girl squirming in your arms, smelling her subtle scent, trying hard to calm your racing heart. She was nearly in tears from your shamelessness. She never thought her first kiss would go to a total stranger, and she'd get treated like this. She used all her strength, biting down on your shoulder, but forgot your body was much stronger than hers now. Her teeth couldn't even scratch you, instead just hurt herself. Biting didn't even break your defense, but left her teeth aching instead. You frowned, looking at the furious girl in your arms, and spoke again. You're really not going to listen to me? No, she pouted, glaring at you. She shook her head, speaking calmly. Did you forget the difference in our strength right now? She froze for a second, staring into your eyes. Suddenly she realized you could completely overpower her. Everything she was doing only pushed your limits. She went quiet instantly, clenched her teeth, and didn't say a word. The two of you just stood there in the hot spring, locking eyes. The whole place went silent. Even the ripples on the water faded away. Anyone who saw this would think you were a couple in love, staring deeply into each other's eyes. And I don't know if it's just my imagination. The girl just feels like your face is getting closer and closer to hers. The air between you two gets more and more romantic. In the end, the girl just gives in. She instinctively closes her eyes. Her long lashes keep trembling. Like a startled little fairy, she looks especially fragile and pitiful. You gaze at the girl, looking at her delicate, beautiful face. Your heart beats much faster. If only this was real. Too bad it's just a dream. Since it's a dream, you're bound to wake up. Lord Daozi, what are you doing? Just then, a startled cry suddenly snaps you out of your sweet dream. You open your eyes to see a female disciple outside the door. She is staring into the room in shock. Now you're totally awake. The girl from your dream is long gone. You're back in your room again. And you are hugging the wall in a weird position. Both your hands are even stuck into the wall. There's a clear lip print on the wall. You pushed so hard. You left a deep mark. The female disciple is startled. She quickly covers her eyes with her hands. Blushing, she says, Lord Daozi, I didn't see anything. I didn't see a thing. I can't see. The corner of your mouth twitches. You think your cold, aloof Daozi image has been totally shattered by a dream. Lord Daozi, the elders want you to come to the Daozi enthronement assembly. The female disciple stands in the doorway, her face still a bit flushed. So this is what Lord Daozi is into, huh? You pretend to calmly tidy yourself up. After straightening your clothes, you speak coolly. Got it. I'll be there right away. Your calmness leaves the female disciple in shock. If not for the mark still on the wall, she would have doubted what she just saw. So unfazed, is this really Lord Daozi? After finally sending the female disciple away, you breathe a sigh of relief. Looking at the mark on the wall, you can't help but smack your own head. That was beyond embarrassing. Looks like I'll need an arc iron wall built. Or else, if I have that dream again, won't this happen once more? But thinking about that dream, you're still savoring it. It felt so real, totally different from normal dreams. The wetness of water, the steam all around, the girl's scent and soft touch, her resistance and shyness, every detail felt like it really happened before your eyes. So, you can't help but take out paper and pen from your storage ring and start sketching. Soon, an amazing painting of a girl bathing appears right on the paper, so vivid, almost like a real person. And the person in the picture is clearly that girl from your dream. They say dream memories don't last. So I'll record you on paper. Even if it was in a dream, that's still my first kiss. Definitely worth remembering. You carefully put the drawing away, then head toward the sex square. At the same time, somewhere deep in the imperial palace, Suzuya is still a bit dazed. She remembers what just happened, feeling wronged and angry at the same time. Her nose stings with sadness. Tears start falling. Her first kiss is just gone. If I see that rascal Daozi again, he's gonna pay. Suzuya bites her lip, muttering angrily to herself. A moment later, she calms down, But there's a hint of doubt in her eyes. She lives deep in the palace, with tight security everywhere, not to mention regular people. Even cultivators could never break in. So how did that rascal even get in? Even though he easily overpowered me, judging from his aura, he's only at 9th level body refinement. That's not even as good as a palace guard. If someone showed up at night in the palace, they'd get caught in no time. And that guy was definitely going to kiss me. I could feel how hot his breath was. But then he just vanished into thin air. Suzuya frowned slightly. There's just too many things that don't add up. She can't figure it out. Still, even if I don't know how that jerk showed up, I've already made up my mind. If I ever see him again, I'll make sure he pays for it. For stealing my first kiss. Daosek Spirit Domain, one of the top 10 supersects. So much history. So many strong cultivators. Today is the day you, the 52nd Daozi, Mokianian, hold your Millennium Enthronement Ceremony. All the powerhouses from everywhere have sent emissaries here to celebrate. In a grand square inside Daosect, there are already thousands of cultivators gathered. I heard that Lord Daozi isn't even 20 yet, but already at the peak of innate realm. What a genius to be Daosect's Daozi at the end of a millennium. As long as he doesn't fall, he might be a nascent soul cultivator in 100 years. Definitely worth making friends with. I heard this Daozi isn't married yet. I have a granddaughter. Maybe she could be with Daozi. The guests all chatter, curious about today's main star. Soon, the 3 nascent soul elders of Daosect show up. They announce the enthronement ceremony has begun. First, welcome everyone for coming to our new Daozi's enthronement. Hope you all have a great time today. Once the 3 elders step out, everyone pays attention. Any one of them is a legendary figure who can make the strong tremble, let alone all 3 together. You can tell how powerful a top sect really is. Next, the elders start talking about Daosect's 10,000-year history, then the next 100-year plan, going on and on. Meanwhile, in the main hall above the square, you're dozing off listening. You're about to fall asleep when you finally hear your own name. Now let's welcome our new Daozi, Daosect's 52nd generation senior brother Mokianian. Up for a few words. Finally, it's your turn. You check the time. Super annoyed. These old guys have been talking for hours. Every meeting is like this. If I'd known it would be so long, why wake me up so early? I didn't even get to finish my dream. But grumbling aside, at such a grand event, you won't fool around. After all, being in the spotlight is pretty fun too. You stand up. Adjusted my clothes once more. After making sure everything was perfect, I finally walked out of the main hall. With everyone watching, the doors to the hall opened. A young man stepped outside. You were in a white robe, with a gentle smile on your face, every move full of elegance. You looked like a true gentleman, standing out in this world. A rare talent among mortals. The Daozi is here. Some female disciples gasped out loud. Their cheeks blushed, their eyes full of adoration. Wow, he's so handsome. Way better looking than any senior chasing me. You walked out slowly, smiling the whole way. On your way here, you drew a bunch of excited reactions. Many female disciples kept sneaking glances at you, while the male disciples gritted their teeth, full of jealousy. They wished they could trade places with you. You reached the platform, bowed towards the 3 elders, and saluted all the disciples. Then you spoke in a clear voice. I'm grateful to become the Daozi, thanks to the elders' guidance, and all my fellow disciples' support. You all made this happen, so I thank you all. You were very polite with your words, and showed respect. You looked the perfect gentleman. The 3 elders were grinning wide. They couldn't even close their mouths. The girls in the crowd started gushing even more, thinking what a great Daozi you were. They secretly wished you could be their partner. But right then, you smirked playfully and changed the subject. Let me say this again. I became Daozi, all thanks to my good looks and skills. You looked around the hall, raising your voice. If anyone thinks I don't deserve this position, come challenge me. Don't worry about a thing. My master in the nascent soul stage. I know all about it. The male disciples were all upset, while the female disciples stared in admiration. Right now, you are absolutely the center of attention. Genius isn't scary. What's scary is a genius who works even harder than normal folks. Sure, you have a nascent soul stage master, but that's because of your own talent and hard work and cultivation. That's how you became their disciple. In the Tao sect and beyond, anyone who's stronger than you is definitely older than you. People your age aren't as strong as you. As for challenging the Daozi, the disciples all silently shook their heads. The stronger elders are much older. Even if they won, it wouldn't really count. Those your age or cultivation level shouldn't bother. In the future, in the spirit domain, if disciples from other sects pick on you, go to second or third senior brother first. If they still can't win, then come to me. I, the Daozi, will help you get justice myself. Standing up high, you said with a bright smile. As soon as you finished, there was thunderous applause below, along with shouts of excitement. Long live the Daozi. In the midst of roaring cheers, you waved your hand and quietly slipped away, not making a fuss at all. But you couldn't go back to your place yet, because your nascent soul master called you over. Remember, now that you're the Daozi, you can't just mess around anymore. You must be steady and reserved. Got it? An old man with a white beard sat in a grand chair, stroking his beard, teaching you seriously. This white-bearded elder was the Tao sect's grand elder, called King Xuan. They all called him Tao Lord King Xuan. You nodded right away, but honestly, it went in one ear and out the other. You're not a wooden post, so keeping a serious face all day just isn't you. Still, even though you thought that, on the outside you looked super well behaved. Seeing you so obedient, Tao Lord King Xuan looked very pleased. He kept lecturing you. Plus, now that you're Daozi, you can't only think of yourself. The Daozi has responsibilities. As Daozi, there's a ton of stuff to handle every day. Loads of things for you to do. You got all that? Tao Lord King Xuan asked, serious as ever. And so an hour passed this way. You were about to fall asleep standing up. Finally, you heard the words you dreamed of hearing, and instantly, you woke up. You quickly nodded and replied to your master. I understand, master. I'll do my duty as Daozi, and make the Tao sect strong. If there's nothing else, master, I'll go rest now. Master, you should get some rest, too. With that, you carefully backed away, ready to leave. Worry you get called back if you were slow. Sure enough, Tao Lord King Quen called out suddenly. What's up? Is there something else, master? Your heart skipped a beat, so you asked, a bit puzzled. This was the first time. After ending a lecture, your master stopped you again. Tao Lord King Quen tapped your head helplessly and sounded a little frustrated. When will you finally grow up? Master, I gotta disagree. I'm already 18. I'm totally grown up. You pouted and said, you're almost at foundation establishment, right?
Tao Lord King Xuan's eyes sparked.
And he suddenly asked. You thought for a second, then looked up and said, I'm ready for foundation establishment tomorrow. So my level matches other sects Daozi. Do you have the resources for foundation establishment?
Tao Lord King Xuan kept asking.
You shrugged and replied, I'll just use a foundation pill. Hearing that, Tao Lord King Quen rolled his eyes and said, you'll just use a foundation pill? You really dare say that? That'd be a total joke. You spread your hands, looking so indifferent. Master, I only have foundation pills. What else can I do? You. Tao Lord King Xuan was so mad he couldn't speak for a while. He kept wondering how he got stuck with a student like you. But hey, master's got my back, right? You wouldn't want your favorite disciple to be just a regular cultivator, would you? You instantly switched to a cheeky grin, got closer and tried to sweet-talk him. Tao Lord King Xuan just sighed helplessly and said, you kid, I'm your disciple, master. Forget it, you're my only official disciple after all. I can't let the reputation of Daozong's Daozi suffer. Here, take this. He took out a jade bottle and tossed it to you. At the same time, he reminded you, this contains top-grade foundation liquid. Each drop is worth 100 mid-grade spirit stones. Use it sparingly. At least create one superb foundation. Did you hear me? Don't worry, master. I know what to do. You happily stow away the jade bottle. King Xuan Daojun reminded you a few more times before leaving. He even left you a jade talisman before heading out. You're Daozi now. This jade talisman is from your master. As long as it's below nascent soul stage. Trigger it once, it'll kill in one strike. But it's only for saving your life. After sending your cheap master off, you hurried back home. Man, what a tiring day. If I'd known, I wouldn't have taken this Daozi spot. You finally got back to your cultivation cave. You stepped inside, walking further in. While taking off the Dao robe, everyone dreams of wearing. You just tossed it on the floor. After washing up, you changed into comfy pajamas and happily sprawled on the soft big bed, ready for a good night's sleep. Those old geezers. It's just a Daozi ceremony. A few words and it's done. But they dragged it out for hours. So annoying. You grumble and turn over. If other disciples heard you say that, they'd be jealous as heck. Seriously, if you don't want it, give the Daozi spot to me. I won't complain. With time, I'd be the new Daozi. Tomorrow. The super sect Daozis probably can't sit still. They'll all come and challenge me. Total battle junkies. Can't shake them off. Foundation tomorrow. After I build my foundation, I'll show them what I'm made of. Troubles tomorrow, worry tomorrow. No problems tonight, just sleep. Saying that, you turn over again. Hands behind your head.
Eyes slowly shut.
Soon, you're dreaming. Today is Su Zuyao's 16th birthday. But she's spending it alone. In her room, Su Zuyao looked at her food. No appetite at all. Her heart felt empty. She folded her hands, closed her eyes, silently praying, wishing her father and the others return victorious. Come home soon. You again? Suddenly, a confused but familiar voice broke her thoughts. Su Zuyao snapped her eyes open. That guy who kissed her last year actually appeared in her room again. You again, you scoundrel. You even dare show up. Su Zuyao's ring flashed with light. A long sword instantly appeared in her hand. She gritted her teeth, glared at you angrily. You're even bolder than her. You totally didn't expect. This dream continued from the last one. Once again, you dreamed of the girl you kissed. Su Zuyao, you're surprised. Open your mouth. Just about to explain. But she's already attacking with her sword. You quickly dodge, thinking to grab her sword like last time. You reach for the sword. But just as you're about to get it, the blade suddenly shifts, straight at your throat. Wait, why am I slower this time? You gasp inside. Then you realize she got stronger. You back up several steps, barely escaped that fatal blow. Su Zuyao snorted coldly, chased right after, shouted, "Scoundrel, say your last words." She swung her sword again, coming at you. 9th innate level. 2 levels in one day. You were shocked. How long's it been? She was just 7th level before. Now she hit 9th level. She's at your level now. No wonder you missed her sword. You're both almost equal now. Wait, it's a misunderstanding. Can you let me explain? You dodge as you speak, calling out. But Lu Zuyao didn't care. Her attacks didn't slow down. Actually got fiercer. You shake your head helplessly. Have to fight back. Bang, bang, bang. You two clash dozens of times in a flash. But neither wins. Hey, little girl. Can you let me talk before you attack? You yell while fighting. You damn pervert. You stole my first kiss. And dare talk to me. Su Zuyao shouted. She was furious inside. This scoundrel not only messed with her, he stole her first kiss. How could she accept that? Hey, that's not fair. You coughed. Argued. First of all, it was my first kiss too. You didn't lose anything. So I'm not a pervert. Plus, it's just a dream. Why so serious? Even if you kill me here, your first kiss won't come back. Lu Zuyao listens to your crazy logic. The more she hears, the worse it gets. Her anger skyrockets. Her cheeks turn red, shaking with rage. You bastard! She gritted her teeth and growled.
Hey, Daozi.
Where am I a bastard? I'm saying the truth, you know? You fire back. Su Zuyao hears you. She feels her chest tighten. You pervert. Su Zuyao snarled through clenched teeth. Really? Whose little girl are you? All you say is bastard. Pervert, scoundrel. Can't you say anything? Su Zuyao snarled through clenched teeth. Really? Whose little girl are you? All you say is bastard. Pervert, scoundrel. Can't you say anything? Anything else? You sighed. Looking heartbroken, you said, "Man, I'm really handsome. Charming and stylish. Everybody loves me. Even flowers bloom for me. I'm just that good. So many people want my first kiss but can't get it. Why do you think I'm a jerk, though?" Suzuya just stared at your narcissistic look. She was so mad. Her chest was heaving. She's never seen anyone so shameless. You scoundrel. Shut your mouth. Suzuya snapped at you, embarrassed and angry. Fine, since you don't want me to talk, I won't say anything. But I still want to tell you, even if my actions are a bit much, I'm a good, honest person. You patted your chest and said righteously, don't worry, I'll definitely take responsibility. Suzuya was so mad she couldn't even speak. She pointed at you but couldn't get a word out. This scoundrel is just too much. Suzuya clenched her teeth, took a deep breath, and tried to calm herself down. Since you're both about equally strong, fighting won't settle it. So you both had to stop. Stay away from me. Don't come near me, or I'll kill you. Suzuya stared at you warily. She's seen how shameless you can get. Afraid you'll try something sneaky. Kia and I scoffed in disgust. You're the Dalsek's heir. Everyone admires you. You'd never take advantage of others, right? Look, this is just a dream of mine. Would you believe that? Suzuya shot you a cold look. Yeah, only a fool would believe you. You might fool a 3-year-old girl. You scratched your nose. You noticed this little girl is really stubborn. What's your name? How old are you? You kept asking. You're the famed Dalsek's heir, reaching the peak at just 18. But this little girl, how old is she? She's already at the same level as you. Why should I tell you, you scoundrel? Suzuya glared at you. Hey, we kind of have a connection. So since we met, why not be friends? You smiled. Be friends. What do you really want? Suzuya instantly got suspicious. I just want to know. How did you jump 2 levels in a day? Last night when I saw you, you were just at 7th level. How are you 9th now? You asked, confused. Did I just sleep too hard? What do you mean 2 levels a day? Wait, you were there last night too. When did you get there? Suzuya stared at you warily. What's going on? Didn't you take a bath last night? And I kissed you? You asked in surprise. Suzuya froze for a second. Her face quickly turned red. You perv! How dare you bring that up again? She stopped mid-sentence. Suzuya froze again. Because under her gaze, you just disappeared. Same as last time. You showed up suddenly, then just vanished after a while. No warning at all. Like you just vanished into thin air. But she didn't let her guard down. Instead, she gripped her sword tighter. She waited a while longer. When you still didn't show up, she finally relaxed. But now she started to wonder. A whole year passed, but her power didn't grow at all. You woke up again. Got up to look around. Sun's already high up. You shook your head, trying to wake yourself up. Just like yesterday, you took out paper and pen. Using your dream memories, you drew the girl from your dream. A short while later, a fresh new picture was done. The girl in the painting looked so real, perfectly matching the dream girl. The girl in the painting held a sword, her cheeks a little red, and she looked angry. You looked closely, then took out yesterday's picture too, put them side by side, and compared the 2 girls. The one from last night's dream looked a bit older than the night before. You made a gesture on your chest, and seemed to notice something unusual. Could it be only 1 day passed here, but more time went by in the dream? You muttered softly, but still couldn't be sure.
Anyway,
This dream is just way too weird. Think about something during the day, and you dream it at night. Everything in the dream is from what you've seen or who you know. You won't dream about stuff you don't know, because you can't imagine the unknown. Having the same dream again and again means you just really miss something, or someone. In the library, you closed another book, shook your head helplessly. It was all the same rambling nonsense. You wasted 2 hours skimming that junk. Still didn't find anything useful. You've already read all the ancient dream books. Still nothing explains what's happening to you. Honestly, from what you can tell, this has never happened before. The dreams were already crazy enough before, but they were still just dreams. You could feel you didn't fit into that world. But these past 2 nights, it's less like a dream, more like you actually went over there, like you were really in that world. Except for the lack of pain, everything felt totally real. Even your senses, like touch and smell, were all there. That's way past what a dream can do. Even the most real dream doesn't feel a tenth as real. Didn't find any answers. So you just walked out of the library. But as soon as you stepped out, a group of disciples ran toward you. Everyone looked worried. Totally. Panicked. Young master. We finally found you. There's trouble. You cleared your throat. Stood up straight right away. Asked calmly, what's wrong? Why are you all so panicked? It's bad. The sword sect, flower sect, Daogate. Several heirs from big sects are here. Called you out by name. They're here to challenge you. An inner disciple said, voice shaking. Your heart skipped a beat. Then you remembered something huge. Today is the Foundation Establishment Day. The other Dao heirs already reached Foundation Establishment. If you don't, how are you gonna fight them? Hey, calm down. Isn't second brother and third brother around? You tried to act cool, putting on a master vibe. They've already reached Foundation Establishment. Tell those candidates. If they want to challenge me, they gotta beat my second and third junior brothers first. Your Highness Daozi, third senior brother has lost. He just took 3 moves from the Great Blade Sex Daozi. Another inner disciple whispered softly. You twitch the corner of your mouth, but you stay calm and say it's fine. We still have second brother, right? Second brother already took off. Heard right after the Daozi tournament ended yesterday. He took an outside mission and slipped away in the night. An inner disciple wailed miserably. You freeze for a second, almost popping a vein out of anger. Damn, he bailed. Man, he's a real coward. He was always yelling about challenging me. And now he runs faster than anyone.
Even third brother dared to fight.
What's he scared of? Your Highness Daozi, what do we do now? Everyone looks straight at you. You sweep your eyes over the disciples crowding around. You clear your throat lightly. Suddenly you point in a direction and say, second brother. Isn't he over there? Hearing that, everyone looks over. They just see a leaf fluttering down far away. But there's not a single person in sight. When they turn back, you're already 10 feet away.
Tell them.
I'm not feeling well, so let's fight again in 3 days. After you say that, you vanish around a corner in a flash, leaving a bunch of inner disciples stunned. When you return to your place, the sky is already getting dark. Turns out you spent nearly the whole day in the scripture hall. You barely have time to sit down and rest when Qingquan Daojin appears in your room. He glares, puffing his beard and staring at you. Why didn't you reach Foundation Establishment today? You give an awkward smile, explaining, I just forgot. Master, do you believe me? Qingquan Daojin suddenly moves closer, studying your eyes closely. After a moment, he says, you've got something on your mind. I'm not in the best state. Foundation Establishment can fail and be risky. Don't you understand? Qingquan Daojin muses. If you fail at Foundation Establishment, it can really mess up your base. You force a smile, Master. It's because of a dream. Will you believe me, Master? Qingshuan Daojin instantly perks up and sits down right away. He takes out a wine gourd, takes a big swig, and says, tell me about your nightmare. Looking at your laid-back master, you rub your forehead. Not sure if this cheap master can really clear up your doubts, but right now in the whole region, your master is one of the top 3 nascent soul cultivators. If even he doesn't know, probably no one does. You pick your words carefully and speak cautiously. Here's what happened. Master, I dreamed of a young girl. A really strange girl. I dreamed of a woman. Qingshuan Daozi's eyes light up. He looks you up and down, his face showing understanding. If it was just one dream, that's fine. But I dreamed about her 2 nights in a row. That's pretty weird. I just can't figure it out. You shrug and force a bitter smile. Oh, I see. Don't overthink it. I've already got it figured out. Qingquan Daojin strokes his beard and grins as he studies you. What? Master, you're shocked. You barely said anything, but he's figured it all out. Does that mean he has these strange dreams too? Qingquan Daojin laughs and says, go on. Which girl did you fall for? I'll propose for you. You freeze and your face goes dark. Master, you've got it wrong. Qingquan Daojin gives you a knowing look. Don't be shy. You're all grown up. Love is a normal part of life. Just say who you like. He even points at marks on the wall, smiling even wider. Your mouth twitches hard, and you grumble in your heart. Are you sure you're not messing with me, Master? And the Dao Sec's work speed is too slow. It's been 2 days. But the black iron wall still isn't fixed. Did you fall for the 100-flower fairy from the blossom sect? Or water-soft fairy from the clear water sect? Or do you like them both? Just say the word, and I'll set up your marriage.
King Xuandaojin pats his chest.
And laughs heartily. 100-flower fairy and water travel fairy are the most beautiful women in the Lingyu realm. Their talents are sky high. They are the daozi of the strongest two sects their generation. But you just feel awkward. Master, do you really think I'm that kind of guy? King Xuandaojin nods. True. You only live once. Enjoy your youth. Back when I was young, I was surrounded by beautiful women, never lonely for a second. Speaking of the past, King Xuandaojin's vibe is fiery, like he's a few hundred years younger. Master, I remember, you once cried and begged the orchid fairy to be with you. You say dryly. King Xuandaojin freezes. He clears his throat. I was just young and dumb back then. I've let it go already. Let the past stay in the past. You smirk. Yeah, master. But you got rejected 7 times. Shut up, King Xuandaojin fumes, and smacks you on the head. You brat. Dare to tease your master. Believe I'll punish you with the paddle. Have mercy, master. I won't do it again. You beg for mercy immediately. The night grows deeper, but you just can't sleep. You grab a handful of rice grains and count them one by one. Sleep or cultivate. Sleep or cultivate. If you sleep, you can't fall asleep, and you don't feel like cultivating either. You're not sure if you'll dream again tonight about the girl you force-kissed, and with her cultivation speed, can you still beat her this time? If you don't sleep, you'll just get more restless. You can't focus on cultivation at all. You're distracted by all the stuff in that dream. As the rice grains keep going down, when you pick the last grain, you just say, sleep. Well, if fate wants me to sleep, then I'll sleep. It's just a dream anyway. I shouldn't really die there. You sigh in relief. Pop the last grain in your mouth and chew. You gently close your eyes. Soon you fall into deep sleep. Your breathing becomes slow and steady. Night grows late. The bright moonlight shines down on the palace tiles. It brings a chill to the whole palace. When she left her father's study, Suzuya looked up at the bright moon in the sky. She suddenly felt a little cold. Everyone dreams of the palace life, but they have no idea how heartless the imperial family can be. Your Highness the Princess, please get some rest soon. A palace maid came closer and persuaded her. Yeah, I know. Suzuya nodded. Then she turned and headed back to her rooms. On the way, she turned around again. Looking at the study that was still lit up, she felt helpless inside. Half a month ago, the battle report arrived. The Dozu Empire lost. 1 million soldiers died. We even had to hand over 24 cities. Her father, once so mighty in her eyes, turned white-haired overnight. He seemed to age decades all at once. She wanted to do something, but there was nothing she could do. Her power is nothing compared to the Empire's war. She's just too insignificant. Back in her room, Suzuya sat quietly by the bed. Her mind drifted back to her childhood. She's the only princess of her generation, and also the most pampered one. Every birthday was full of joy. But starting at age 15, that's when she met that scoundrel who stole her first kiss. From that year on, she spent her birthdays all alone. Because the peaceful days ended, war broke out. Her father had to lead troops himself. For 2 years in a row, she celebrated her birthdays by herself, except for that annoying guy who shows up out of nowhere and vanishes the same way. Thinking of that guy, Suzuya frowned a little. Today is her 17th birthday. For the past 2 years, at this time, she would just appear out of nowhere and then vanish again. Will she show up this time? Thinking of this, Suzuya raised her head. Her face suddenly grew serious. Knock, knock, knock. Someone was at the door. Suzuya tensed up instantly. Who goes there? Princess speaking. It's me, Kinger, your maid. His Majesty sent you a birthday gift and told me to give you his message, so you wouldn't forget. A respectful voice came from outside. Suzuya was briefly stunned. Then she let out a sigh of relief. She went and opened the door. There she saw her maid, dressed in green, holding a brocade box. Suzuya took the box. She opened it gently. Inside was a crystal-clear jewel, glowing with a faint green light. Your Highness? His Majesty especially had someone find this jade pearl from the south for you. They say it helps calm the mind and boost one's cultivation. The maid explained respectfully. Please thank my father for me. Suzuya nodded softly. Then she closed the door. She looked at the jade pearl in the box. Her eyes grew moist. Turns out her father still remembered her birthday. But as soon as she turned around again, she saw that scoundrel was sitting on her bed, giving her an awkward grin. So, it's your birthday today? What a coincidence. He scratched his head and gave an awkward smile. Suzuya was startled, but then a wave of anger rushed up in her. You shameless scoundrel. You actually dared to come back. Your Highness, calm down. Let me explain.
He quickly waved his hands.
But before he could finish, a sword came straight for his chest. His eyes narrowed. There's no dodging at that speed. Foundation establishment stage? No, not quite foundation establishment. Also, not quite half-step foundation either. But definitely way beyond the peak inborn realm. In fact, he's even stronger than a regular foundation establishment. There's a level between peak inborn and foundation establishment. It's a realm in between. He was totally confused. But the sword had already pierced his chest. A couple of inches in, he didn't feel pain. But he sensed something filling his chest. It felt heavy inside. It was uncomfortable. Suzuya was clearly shocked. She never thought you wouldn't dodge. She truly hated you, wanted to kill you. But she'd never hurt anyone before, so she freaked out. Her fingers were even trembling. Why didn't you dodge? Suzuya asked, trembling. Her face turned pale. He was stunned for a second. This girl's never killed anything before. That look she had was just like when you first stepped on an ant. You felt bad for a long time. Even built a tomb for that ant. At this point, he started acting dramatically. He pretended to be seriously wounded, fell onto the soft bed, pretended to weakly say, Your Highness, you really hate me that much? If killing me eases your anger, then I'm fine with dying. He totally overacted, and with his weak voice. He really seemed like he was about to die. But the truth is, a naive girl really fell for it. She dropped her sword, looking lost and unsure what to do. Should she save him? No, you can't save someone like him. But if she doesn't, can she really watch him die right there? Suzuya bit her lip, not knowing what to say. Seeing how lost she looked, he was secretly laughing inside. But the act had to stay on. So he pretended to be even weaker. Stammering, he said, Your Highness, do you still hate me? He couldn't help but cough a couple of times. A little blood ran down the corner of his mouth. Suzuya saw his state and started to panic. Finally, she bit her lip hard. I don't hate you anymore. Can you please not die? Her voice choked up, and she seemed scared, no matter what he may become. Right now, she's still just a 17-year-old girl. He almost burst out laughing. This girl is way too easy to fool. But enough of the act.
He made up his mind.
And next second, he leapt up good as new. Back to his handsome, cocky self. No way I'd die that easily. Suzuya was stunned. You were faking it the whole time. Theft, you couldn't stop yourself from cracking up. That look on her face was hilarious. Makes you just want to tease her more. Yeah, tease her forever. Hey, what are you doing? But looking at the ropes tied so tightly on you, you couldn't laugh anymore. Let me warn you. Don't do anything crazy. I'm totally innocent here. Don't force yourself on me. Shut up. Suzuya is both angry and embarrassed. Your Highness, Princess. Even if you like me, did you really have to tie me up? I'm not even going to fight back. You sound so righteous, like you've been terribly wronged. I'm handing you over to the Ministry of Justice. You'll be tortured to death. Suzuya glares at you fiercely. Her eyes are full of anger and embarrassment. What a jerk. You try to touch your nose, but your hands are tied up tight. It's not like you're teasing Suzuya on purpose. This girl is honestly way too naive. She really hasn't seen the world. Your Highness, Princess. Honestly, we met because we fought. Why not just let me go? How about we shake hands and make peace? I'm not shaking hands with someone like you. I'll have you arrested right now. Suzuya snorts coldly. She turns around about to leave. Hey, if they torture me for a confession, I might just accidentally let it slip. And ruin your reputation, Princess. So don't blame me if that happens. You helplessly shrug your shoulders. Suzuya suddenly stops in her tracks. She's so angry, Her cheeks turn red. She glares at you, gritting her teeth. Shameless. I won't forgive you. Let's just call it even between us. If you let me go, I promise I'll never tell anyone. Or may lightning strike me down. You swear sincerely. No way, Suzuya snaps. But she really can't do anything about you. Never met someone so shameless and stubborn. So the two of you just stand there in a standoff, with nothing to do. You suddenly notice a large map hanging on the wall. There are 7 countries on the map. The Desu Empire is marked in red. If you're right, this girl in front of you is probably a princess from the Desu Empire. But as your eyes scan the map, at this critical moment, you see the entire Great Su Empire is already under attack by the allied forces of the other 6 empires, barely holding on. No wonder, as a princess, she's celebrating her birthday all alone. Turns out, the whole empire is on the brink. You narrow your eyes slightly. Your sharp memory kicks into high gear. Countless ancient war strategies flash through your mind. A moment later, you suddenly smile. Princess, I have a plan that could save the Great Su Empire. Hearing this, the angry Suzuya is caught off guard. But because of your previous antics, she doesn't buy it. She's already thought of countless solutions herself. But it's obviously a dead end. What could a scoundrel possibly do to turn things around? Seeing Suzuya unmoved, you just smile. Not in a hurry, because you know there's someone more desperate than you. And sure enough, after a while, Suzuya finally loses her patience. You really have a way to save Great Su? She asks with a frown. You catch a glimmer of hope in her eyes. You give a mysterious smile, not giving a direct answer. If you're playing with me, I won't let you off, Suzuya says through gritted teeth. This jerk better not be lying. You raise your eyebrows and say word by word the princess is stronger than me. How could I escape her grasp? Besides, the Great Su Empire is full of danger. Without a good plan, if this keeps up, we'll be crushed by our enemies sooner or later.
Hearing this,
Suzuya's heart trembles a little, though she hates to admit it. It's a fact. Everyone thinks the Great Song Empire will crush the coalition. Even if Song were twice as strong, they'd still lose. At that thought, Suzuya can't help but look at you. She takes a deep breath and slowly speaks up. What exactly can you do to change the battle? Your Highness, is this your way of showing sincerity? You glance down at the ropes binding you. Suzuya presses her lips together, but finally steps up to untie you. Now, will you talk? She keeps a cold face. Her voice is icy. You chuckle lightly, still not in a rush. You say again, Princess, if I help your empire, what reward do I get? What do you want? Suzuya eyes you warily. Your Highness, you narrow your eyes at her, looking Suzuya up and down. Right now she's in a pale blue dress, smooth black hair draped over her shoulders, skin pale as snow. Her delicate features still a bit youthful. Very beautiful. You rogue. Suzuya gets furious and immediately draws her sword at you. You quickly wave your hands. Princess, that's not it. I just want to know, between the 9th innate layer and foundation establishment, is there another realm? Hearing you aren't after her body, Suzuya relaxes a bit, but still keeps an eye on me, just in case. I don't know what innate means, or this foundation stuff, she says coldly. Hearing that, you think for a second, and immediately get it. Looks like the two worlds have different cultivation systems.
it's the princess's current rank.
You ask her, with a vague feeling, this might matter for your future. I'm at the 10th level of body realm. You're at the 9th. After body realm is magical powers realm. Suzuya explains. Your eyes flash. Body realm, magical powers realm. You're maxed out at the 9th innate layer. In her view, that's body realm level 9. So, body realm matches innate realm. Magical powers realm matches foundation establishment. But I thought innate stops at the 9th layer. Yet this girl says she's at the 10th body level. There's a 10th layer above innate realm. I could offer a plan to help your empire. Help you repel enemies. And in exchange I want the cultivation methods for body and magical powers realms. You pause, then say, my cultivation methods? Suzuya is a little stunned. What, princess, you don't want to share? Then forget it, you shrug. Pretend to be disappointed. What I practice isn't some rare technique. Anyone you ask out there, trains in this method. You sure you just want the method? Suzuya gives you a puzzled look. Her eyes go wide. So everyone here cultivates beyond the 9th innate layer to the 10th level. Wow, this world is wild. Of course, not everyone can reach body realm level 10. The resources you need are basically impossible to count. Most people hit the 9th level maxed out, then break through to magical powers realm. Reading your expression, Suzuya adds. She also feels a little puzzled inside. He doesn't even know the Tao canon that everyone here studies. The Tao canon's all yours. Can you share your plan now? Suzuya urges you. You are about to read the Tao canon, but seeing how anxious she is, you put it away. You don't even know how long you'll stay in this world. All 3 times you've traveled here. The timing's always random. You don't want the next time you show up to be too late to see this kind of silly but cute girl. So you turn your gaze to the map in the room. The 7 countries form the shape of the Chinese character Jia, with Dasong right at the tip. Its neighbors are Sichu, Zhao, and Song empires. If my guess is right, Siyu is the strongest. Next is your Song. Then Song. Zhao's the weakest. You say, how do you know that? Suzuya looks surprised. It's simple in chaotic times like this. The bigger your territory, the stronger you are. So it's not hard to figure out. Song's still pretty strong. But no matter how strong Song is, how can it fight off all 6 nations? Suzuya says in despair. Why do you have to fight all 6 at once? You ask back. Suzuya freezes for a second, looking at you in confusion. That puzzled look makes you shake your head with a smile. Princess, have you ever thought about turning them against each other and making the alliance fall apart? You guide her patiently. Break up on their own. That's impossible. Suzuya frowns. Father has sent messengers to those countries many times, but nothing worked. They're dead set on carving up Su. Princess, you're underestimating human nature, especially ambitious emperors. You wear a faint smile. People are greedy. Desires are endless. The 6 nations joined forces because they wanted Dazu's vast lands. But what they didn't know was that the other 5 nations were being played by the Chu Empire. You explained slowly, looking straight into the girl's clear eyes. So, no matter how the envoy begged or offered benefits, they couldn't sway the 5 kings because you all can't offer more than carving up Song. But Suzu didn't get what you meant. She just went along and said, yeah, no matter what we offer. It's nothing compared to CHUS terms, but it's actually simple. No special terms needed. Just say a few words to the Zhao King, and the alliance will fall apart. You chuckled. Suzuya looked up at you. If even big gifts don't work, a few words can. He stared at you like you were silly, and started laughing, wagged her finger at him, and said, 4 words, lips and teeth, lips and teeth. Suzuya looked puzzled, her big eyes blinking. She still didn't get it. Why are you so slow? You tapped Suzuya's head. She wanted to get mad, but remembered she needed your help, so held it in. Don't come near me again. You shrugged. Who told you to be so slow? She looked like she was about to blow up. You cleared your throat and stopped teasing. It's obvious in this world. No one gets military strategy. So, you had to explain step by step. Your envoy can tell the North, like Zhao, that their interests are a part of Song. But the other 4 states will split up Song and Zhao. If Song falls, when the allied army heads home, they'll crush Zhao on the way. Only if Zhao's gone can the 5 nations split the land. Song is the lips, Zhao is the teeth. Once the lips are gone, the teeth are exposed. As long as Zhao's king isn't dumb, they'll get it. Once you say that, Suzuya suddenly understood. You mean, he looked at you, eyes shining, like finding something new. But then he thought of something. He stopped looking excited and started worrying again. But even if Zhao withdraws, can the other 5 win? I didn't say one step wins it. That's just step 1. You smiled. Step 1. Suzuya was surprised. She looked at you, confident. Her first impression of you flipped. Maybe you aren't so bad after all. Step 2 is tricks and rumors.
Basically,
Spread rumors. Once Zhao leaves the alliance, the 5 nations army has to fight on Song's border. Then you spread the word to the others. Sichu going around is fake. What matters is checking their strengths.
This way.
The nations will resist, see you, and fall apart.
Hearing this, Sue's eyes lit up.
Now that you put it that way, it feels like the deadlock is broken. How do you know after Zhao leaves, the army will gather at Song's border? She asked the only doubt she had. You smiled. Easy seeing you as strong and proud. They won't let other armies in their country, so the battlefield has to be in Song. Suzuo stared wide-eyed. Just from a map, you figured out the whole battle. Still, we're in danger no matter what. We might just last a little longer. This time, Sue wasn't worried. She just kept her eyes on you. So confident, like you already had a plan. Step 3. The last step can be summed up in 4 words. Fight with your back to the river. Give supplies to Siokyu. These 3 steps can save Dazu. Fight with your back to the river. Aid Chu with grain. Now Suzuya was confused again. She looked at you, puzzled. Geez. You tapped her head again. But this time Sue didn't get mad. She didn't even push you away. To you, that troublemaker image was fading. Now you're Dazu's only hope. Keep the main army facing the alliance. Take 100,000 elite troops. Send a cultivator's force elsewhere. Then rush straight for the CHU capital. You spoke slowly but firmly. It was bold.
Attack CHU.
You must be crazy. Sue shook her head. Dazu can't even hold out. Now you want to attack the strongest. That's suicide. And if you move the elites, Dazu can't hold the others off. You're just trapping Dazu. Suzuya shot back. Isn't Dazu already trapped? You shrugged. She was lost for words. You kept explaining. Right now, Song is the frog in warm water, getting eaten bit by bit. So fight with your back to the river. Survive by taking risks. If you were the CHU king, would you think Song is going to invade? Suzuya went quiet, then slowly said, Of course not. Isn't it obvious? CHU's main army is on Song's border. They're not on guard. Now your elites strike fast. At first, you'll have big wins. They can't defend. No solid resistance at all. You paused, eyes glinting with wildness. Nobody knows if Dazu is desperate, so CHU has 2 choices. First, take a risk, and I'd bet they can take Song first. Second, play it safe, and pull the army back to save their capital. In that case, if you were the CHU king, what would you do? Suzuya frowned and thought deeply. After a bit, she opened her eyes. And look sure, she asked. CHU is already the strongest. Just stay stable. Don't invade, and you're the winner. But if you gamble, even if you win, Dazu's desperate move will hurt a lot. Surely take heavy losses. The others will just profit, unless they're fools. They'll know what to do. Mastering the strategy, winning from miles away. I look so cool. You laugh out loud, vainly brushing back your hair. So vain, Suzuyo sighs, but finds you've already vanished. Gone again. Is he a savior sent from heaven? Suzuyo whispers, her heart in a whirl. When you wake up again, you check your ring immediately. The scripture is actually in your hand. A dream item in reality? This was impossible. Before I was 18. Suddenly a sharp chest pain. You reach to feel it, though there's no wound. That's the exact spot where the girl stabbed you. What is this dream about? It's getting more mysterious. Objects manifest, and pain is shared. So eerie. It's simply unimaginable. What's the secret of that world? You don't dwell on it, and paint another picture. The girl looks cute and confused, truly adorable. Then you sit cross-legged and open the scripture. Body, spirit, and divine realms. These 3 stages, match Haoshen Xiantian, and foundation establishment. Only the names differ. The essence is the same. But you notice a catch. The scripture says, above body great perfection is the perfect body realm. In the Xiantian, you know, there's no such record. But the scripture claims, from body great perfection, open all 361 acupoints to reach the perfect body. This part is marked in red. A chilling note follows. Once you pass point 109, there is no turning back. Fail to open them all, and stay Xiantian forever. So there is a 10th heaven. No wonder Earth grade is the highest seen here. Only Earth grade exists, never heavenly Tao. You mutter to yourself, eyes burning with fire. It seems the secret lies in the 10th heaven. Now that I know, I have to go for it. Or what's the point of being Daozi? Even that clumsy girl succeeded. I'm the sex Daozi. Am I worse than a little girl? That'd be embarrassing. I'll be the first. Heavenly Foundation user. With a bold vow, you start your seclusion. Opening points takes huge resources. You take the master's gift. 100 drops of fluid. 1 drop equals a top-grade pill. With a 99% success rate. This bottle could train 100 men. The master really favors you. You swallow 1 drop. Energy explodes inside you, flowing like fierce rivers. Each wave is powerful. Asterisk crack crack. Sounds echo from within. Shackles are breaking. Point 109 is open. Now there's no turning back. Either all 361 points, or stuck in Shantian for life. Let the storm rage on. You are full of passion. From this moment, each point adds 1% power. It's incredible. This is insane. If I open them all, I'll be 10 times stronger. At this rate, I'll crush normal experts without even leveling up. You're beyond excited, speeding up the process. Half an hour later, you walk out, staring at the sky, ready to cry. A whole bottle of fluid, only open 30 points. The cost increases as you go. 1 drop became 4 per point. I still need 223 more. This is an astronomical cost. 10,000 times the normal amount. No wonder no one does it. The 10th heaven. No one can afford it. Even super sex won't pay that price for an uncertain gamble, but you can handle it. You have a great master. Master, save me! Before even reaching his cave, you shout at the top of your lungs. What is it now, brat? Master Kinshwan appears, grumbling as he walks out. Why aren't you in seclusion? Leveling up? Why are you here? It's not that I don't want to. I'm out of fluid. You grin sheepishly. Out? Already? Master Kinshwan's eyes bulge. He can't believe it. Did you find some girl and give it all away? Master, you've got it wrong. I like girls, but I'm not that wasteful. My foundation is special. It needs a bit more. You scratch your head. A bit more. He looks skeptical. But he senses your aura. Wait, he gasps. Your strength increased. By a lot. Are you going for Earth grade? Earth grade is possible. It leads to spirit severing. Master takes a deep breath, waving his hand boldly. For Earth grade, 1 bottle isn't enough. Here, take another one. You must reach Earth grade. You take it but don't leave. Instead, you look pitiful. Master, still not enough. Just a bit more. What? His eyes nearly pop out. 2 bottles aren't enough. He used less for his own grade. How much do you need? You smile awkwardly, holding up 1 finger. The last one. That's my absolute limit. Master Kinshwan grits his teeth, tossing you another bottle. Not 1. 10. You're gonna bankrupt me. I don't have 10. He roars in anger. Master, you're wrong. It's not 10. You say seriously. It's 100. He almost spits blood, choking on his own spit. 100? Get lost. Are you trying to buy a sect? 100 bottles. Could train 10,000 men. Old Hyo couldn't make that many. You chuckle. Give me 100. And your disciple will be the strongest ever. Get out. Where would I find? Master stops mid-sentence. He suddenly freezes, his eyes narrowing. My dear disciple, are you going for heavenly Tao? You cough slightly. I have no turning back. Heavenly Tao or nothing. Or I'm stuck in Shantian. You don't want me ruined, right? His expression changes. He ponders for a long time, then asks from his heart, You're not lying, right? I wouldn't dare. You look dead serious. Heavenly Tao. Saint potential. It's a thing of legends. If you succeed, you'll shake the whole world. King Xuan Daojun was hit by a tidal wave of emotion. After a brief silence, he slowly nodded. You're truly an outstanding disciple of mine. Since you've made up your mind, I'll help you reach the top. A mere 100 bottles. If you can produce a saint-level disciple, that's nothing. You felt a warmth in your heart. This unconditional support, you'll never forget. After all, you're my only disciple.
King Xuan Daojun smiled softly.
Moments later, sect leader Lin Tianye was summoned. They nearly emptied out the sect's reserves. Here are 15 bottles of premium grade, 10 bottles of high grade, 20 bottles of medium grade. Take these first. I'll get the rest for you within 3 days. You took the hefty storage pouch, thanked him sincerely. Thank you, master. With resources in hand, you retreated for closed-door training again. 2 hours later, all spirit liquids were used up again. This time, you opened up 261 acupoints. Still 100 short of perfection. But your strength had transformed. Nearly 400,000 pounds of raw power. This is beyond just innate perfection. It's almost like real foundation establishment. Early stage, you could even crush. Ordinary foundation establishment. I need to find some opponents and test my power. Your eyes flickered. You moved in a flash, headed straight for Dao Sec's training grounds. Just arrived at the arena, and heard Aragon yelling, "Disciples of Dao Sec's generation. Is this all the strength you have?" A man in purple looked down on everyone. "Get your Daozi, Mo Canyon, out here. Let's see how Sword Sec stacks up." This was Sword Sec's second senior brother, Wang Tianyi. Dao Sec's disciples around him were angry but dared not speak. Only watched, frustrated. "I bet your Daozi's hiding and doesn't dare fight." Wang Tianyi mocked. "Who says Daozi doesn't dare face you?" A clear voice blasted out. You arrived, dressed in white, riding your sword. Landed gracefully like an immortal. Hands behind your back. Expression calm. "Daozi is here." Dao Sec disciples erupted instantly. Like finding the savior. Wang Tianyi fixed his gaze on you. Coldly, "Are you Mo Qianyan? Just want to spar with Daozi, right? You want to challenge me?" You raised your brows, eyes full of disdain. "You're not qualified. Have Sword Sec Daozi Jianling Shao come instead." Blatant contempt. Wang Tianyi exploded in anger. "Mo Qianyan, don't think I don't know you. You rely entirely on your nascent soul-level master. Today I'll show you what a true unrivaled genius looks like." Before he finished, he flew back like a cannonball, knocked over several people, slammed hard a few yards away. You shook your hand, casually said, "Why is a dog barking by my ear?" So thick-skinned. "My hand hurts from punching." The whole place fell silent. Then the cheers were deafening.
Daozi.
"Awesome!" Wang Tianyi crawled up, his face swollen like a pig's head, grinding his teeth. "Mo Qianyan, you sucker punched me. You don't fight fair. You came up to me yourself. No one else to blame. You spoke calmly. I don't believe you can beat me." Wang Tianyi completely lost it. He drew his spirit sword. A 900-foot sea of qi appeared behind him. "I'll kill you." 900 feet of qi sea. Not bad. Too bad, you smirked. With a hint of mockery. With this punch. 18 years of cultivation power. Let's see if you can take it. Boom! You stepped forward, threw a punch, unleashing nearly 400,000 pounds of force. Instant burst. Air exploded. A terrifying sonic boom sounded. With a sharp crack, Wang Tianyi flew sideways with sword and all. Slammed hard into the ground, moaning in pain. He couldn't get back up. A real peak foundation establishment move. In your hands, only took one exchange. Everyone gaped. Then crazier shouts erupted. "So strong, Daozi is a true legend." Over on Sword Sec's side, there was dead silence. Just then, a cold voice sounded from the crowd's edge. "Mo Qianyan, you finally showed up." A group parted the crowd and walked in. A tall, imposing youth, long sword on his back. Aura sharp and dominant. Sword Sec Daozi Jianling Shao. He glanced coldly at Wang Tianyi on the ground. "Useless, you've shamed Sword Sect. Get out, then." Jianling Shao's gaze was sharp like a sword, pointed right at you. "Mo Qianyan, dare to face me?" "Why not? If you want to fight, anytime." You showed no fear. With 261 acupoints unlocked. Why be afraid? Just as tensions peaked, a seductive voice suddenly came. Such a lively event. How could I miss it? As the voice faded, a stunning woman walked toward you. Her figure was curvy and hot, perfectly shaped. Her skin was snow white and smooth, and she exuded a rich, alluring scent. As soon as she appeared, countless eyes were drawn to her, showing burning desire. With that beauty and charm, she's truly a peerless temptress. She seemed like an enchanting beauty from a painting. Utterly captivating. Hawan Sek Diozi. Jifayan. What a temptress. No wonder she's called a siren. You muttered to yourself. But your face stayed calm, unperturbed. Jifayan's beautiful eyes turned. She gave you a flirtatious smile. Irresistible charm. Diozi Kianian. It wasn't easy for me to see you. Jifayan pouted, her voice sweet and tempting. Listening to her voice, you both felt a rush of heat inside, heart pounding wildly. This woman really is a siren. But thankfully, you had hidden your dream girl in your heart long ago. Otherwise, it'd be hard to resist. Looking at everyone else, whether sword sect disciples or Dao sect disciples, everyone was completely bewitched. Eyes all red, staring at Jifayan, souls nearly taken away. Even sword sect Daozi, Jianling Shao nearby, breathed heavily. Such powerful charm magic, such incredible willpower. Witnessing this, Jifayan was shocked too. The charm spell she used just now is unrivaled. Nowhere in Copper Mirror has any man resisted it. Even Daozi level geniuses aren't immune. But unexpectedly, as the Dao sect's chosen one, you were completely immune. Her charms had no effect at all. This is so strange. Do you not like beauties? Or is it a special technique? In this moment, Jifayan became deeply curious. So it's Lady Ji. Are you here to challenge me too? You calmed your mind, then looked up at Jifayan with a faint smile. Brother Kianian, why look at me so? I just want to discuss life with you. Jifayan smiled brightly, her eyes growing hazy. The more a man resists her, the more she wants to conquer him. Discuss life? You shook your head and smiled. I'm not interested in that kind of life. That trick won't work on me. Better discuss it with the sword sect heir. You chuckled softly. A loose vixen like her? You didn't want to provoke. With that, you tapped your toes and drifted backward. If you wish to challenge me, in 3 days, see you at the arena. You waved and walked away coolly, leaving everyone stunned. Jifayan froze. This was her first public rejection. Back at your residence, you sat cross-legged. After today's incident, you've confirmed your own strength. The 10th realm is truly powerful. You haven't even fully reached it, yet you rival foundation experts. If you actually reached that level, or even the foundation stage, how strong would you be? Looking at the sky, it was getting late. In your heart, you finally anticipated the dream. In tonight's dream, you should see that girl again. Based on the time flow, she should be about your age now. You wondered if your plan worked in her world. Was her empire saved? Thinking this, you closed your eyes and entered the dream. When you opened your eyes, the girl wasn't there at first. Instead, you were at a table. Looking up, the sunlight was quite bright. This dream world was in daytime. It was a bit noisy around you. You looked around, finding yourself in a huge plaza. The area was packed with people. Fine wine and food were everywhere. Looking ahead, you were absolutely stunned. It was a massive imperial palace, magnificent and golden, adorned with dragons and phoenixes, utterly luxurious. Compared to the Dao sect, this was grander and larger. Then you realized the weakest person at the feast was at the foundation stage. Countless nascent soul masters were there, and many even stronger. What a powerful world. What a powerful empire. This must be the Great Su Empire. To think it's this strong, my whole region couldn't match them. Squinting your eyes, you thought to yourself, this world is beyond imagination. But it makes it more exciting. You were leading such a great empire. Seeing the scale of the feast, the gamble must have paid off. Otherwise, they wouldn't host such a celebration. When the star of the show appeared, you knew you were right. Today was Suzuo's 18th birthday, and the victory feast for Great Su. A girl in a light purple dress walked in. She was pretty as a painting, with skin as white as snow. With a charming smile, she looked noble as the moon. 18 is the prime of beauty. She was absolutely stunning. Every move exuded elegance, mesmerizing everyone. But after she appeared, she scanned the crowd, as if searching for someone. Finally, when her eyes landed on you, they lit up instantly. She gave a radiant smile. She reached out, inviting you to the stage. After all, you created the plan. but you gently shook your head. You didn't like the spotlight. In a strange world, even if it was just a dream, Suzuya saw your refusal. Being smart, she understood at once. She didn't push it. Instead, she turned and whispered to her maid. The maid glanced your way, then stepped back. Then the grand party began, magnificent and lively. You raised your glass, sipping the wine slowly, watching Suzuya on stage, with fine wine and a beauty. The dream keeps getting better. A faint crack sounded in your body. You were startled, looking at the wine glass. You were shocked. At your level, opening a new acupoint.
Takes 20 drops of elixir.
But with just 1 cup of this wine, you actually broke through. What a grand gesture. Most importantly, even in a dream, you can still cultivate. Young master, my lady wishes to see you. A maid walked over and bowed respectfully. You recognized her. She's the girl's personal maid. So the lady is Suzu Yao. Without refusing, you followed her out. After many turns, you reached a secluded garden. I will leave you now, sir. My lady will arrive shortly. The maid bowed and left respectfully. The garden had rocks and streams, pavilions and towers, and blooming flowers. It was very elegant. Your heart stirred when you saw a peach grove. Pink blossoms dotted the garden, filling the air with fragrance, which was quite intoxicating. You walked over, strolling through the grove, enjoying the peace. Petals fluttered down, like pink snowflakes. Suddenly, a beautiful figure appeared. Suzuya was in light purple, her sleeves brushing the air. Petals danced around her, like a fairy descending to earth. I don't know how long you can stay this time, so I hurried over to see you. Suzuya looks at you. Her eyes shine with a strange light. Compared to last time, she's even more beautiful now, like a flower in full bloom. Princess, you don't call me a flirt anymore. I'm not used to it. You give a small smile and joke around, thinking back on your past meetings, especially the awkwardness the first time you met. Suzuya's cheeks flush a little. She softly says, you saved Great Sue. That means you saved me too. How could I call you that rude name again? You hear her answer and feel a wave of happiness. Your smile brightens. On behalf of all the people of Great Sue, I offer you my deepest thanks. Suzuya gives you a grand bow. It was nothing, really. I just stood on the shoulders of giants. That's how I got those ideas. You wave your hand casually. Hearing this, a spark flickers in her eyes. The young man before her is not only handsome.
He's also clearly very smart.
Like he sees right through everything. Princess, we've met 4 times now, and still don't know each other's names. You smile. Dasu Fangyua. Princess Suzu Yao. She smiles. Her bright eyes fix on you. Her smile is like warm spring sunshine. It fills you with warmth. Lin Yu Dao Sex Daozi. Mo Pianian, you reply with a smile. The two of you gaze at each other. The mood quiets down. Even the air feels still. Only peach blossoms float down. After a while, Suzu Yao turns around. Her lips part slightly. Next time we meet, will it be another year? Maybe you're not sure. I meet you in my dreams every night. For me, we see each other every day. Suzu Yao softly repeats from the dream. Then she laughs. You haven't changed much since we first met 3 years ago. But for me, you change a lot every day, princess. You look more and more beautiful. You tease her, hearing your compliment. Suzuya gives a faint smile. By the way, you helped Great Sue beat the enemy. What kind of reward do you want? She suddenly asks. Anything at all? You blink and grin while asking back. As long as it's reasonable. Suzuya adds. Then, can I get another kiss from the princess? You clear your throat, saying it with some expectation. Suzuya freezes for a second. Her face goes pink. She glares at you. Can you not tease me for once? Keep this up, and I'll just ignore you. She turns her head away after saying that, pouting with hands on her hips, looking kind of mad. You can't help but laugh out loud. I was just messing with you. Princess, please don't take it seriously. Suzuya gives a little HMPH. You rein in your smile and say, seriously, I haven't decided yet. How about I ask for something later when I think of it? All right, I'll remember your words today. Suzuya gives a gentle smile. Even if it's small, it's still charming. For me, a day is a year for you, princess. In a few hundred years, when you're fully accomplished. It's just been a few hundred days for me. Then when I ask for something, I can get anything I want, right? You laugh, not so fast. What if one day, this dream just ends? Suzuya shakes her head, giving a helpless laugh with a hint of worry. It all feels too unreal, after all. Why talk about this now? At least for now. We can still meet, right? You shake your head and say, yeah, by the way, I learned a new dance, and nobody else has ever seen it. Do you want to watch? Suzuya smiles. Her eyes are shining. Princess, does this dance count as a reward? You raise an eyebrow. Suzuya smiles sweetly. No, it's a little bonus from me. In that case, I'd love to watch your dance, princess. You give her a bright smile and hold your arms out, inviting her. Suzuya nods. She steps gracefully and walks under the peach trees, then starts to dance. Her movements are soft and graceful, elegant and charming. Her waist sways like a willow branch, and as she moves, all the peach blossoms dance around her, coloring the whole grove pink. At that moment, you're lost in the sight. Your mind goes blank, leaving only her breathtaking dancing figure. Her dance is stunning, unbelievably beautiful. It's truly rare to see. When the dance ends, you can't help praising her. Suzuya slowly turns around, looking at the spot where you just stood. But you've disappeared once more. Next time will be a whole year again. The girl whispers softly, a trace of sadness in her eyes. In a way, you're the first real friend she's ever had. After waking up, the memory of Suzuya's peach blossom dance still lingers in your mind. You just can't forget it. After a bit, you pick up a brush and sketch her dancing form on paper. Lifelike. Disciple. Look what your master brought you. Right as you put away the drawing, King Deojin laughs and walks in. He grins and tosses you a storage ring. I heard you beat a sword sec cultivator almost in the profound foundation realm. Second senior brother, nice. No wonder you're my disciple. King Deojin nods, stroking his beard. Seeing your cultivation, his worries all disappear. You haven't broken through foundation establishment yet. So it seems. The first Heaven Dao foundation in the spirit domain will appear in our sect. Lucky, lucky. You take the ring, scan it with your mind, and freeze for a second. Master, yesterday you gave me dozens of bottles, and I only need about 70 more. Why are there 100 bottles here? You ask in surprise. Oh, well, I accidentally got a few extra for you. Take them and use them. If that's not enough, just let me know. Whatever's left, give it back to the sect. King Deojin chuckles. You feel a wave of warmth inside, knowing your master got you extra just in case. He specially prepared over 100 top foundation pills for you. They're worth a fortune, even Ness and Soul. Even all the wealth of a top expert wouldn't be enough. This favor is way too much. Thank you, master. Your eyes are teary as you bow to thank your master. Silly kid, no need to be so formal. When you reach Dao Foundation in the heavenly path, that'll really make me proud. Taoist King Quen said with a smile. Don't worry, master. I won't let you down. You nodded firmly. All right, go focus on your cultivation. I'll protect you while you train. You responded, then turned and entered the training chamber. Bottle after bottle of foundation liquid was consumed. The acupoints in your body started opening one by one. Powerful spiritual energy surged inside you, as if it was filling every cell. 300,301. 330. As time passed, sweat beads formed on your forehead. Yet your eyes grew even more determined. Finally, when your blood acupoints opened to 361, you stopped. Your body trembled slightly. A change like never before was happening. All your acupoints instantly linked together. Spiritual energy surged like a flood. A terrifying force erupted. Boom. You broke through. You entered the 10th stage of innate realm. Your power increased 12-fold.
Now you
have a crazy strength of 1,000,000 pounds. This is true perfection in the innate realm. You finally qualify to challenge Dao Foundation. Master, I've reached perfection. I still have 28 bottles of foundation liquid left. You walked out of the training chamber? Excitedly reported. Golden light flashed in Taoist King Xuan's eyes. He clearly sensed you got even stronger. Go all out and punch me. You didn't hesitate. Clenched your right fist. Punched hard. Boom. The air trembled. The wind howls. Master Kingquen stands perfectly still. But the stone floor under his feet suddenly cracks, spreading like a spider web. Such power. Master Kingquen takes a sharp breath. A force of 1,000,000. He's definitely the future first heavenly Tao foundation of the spirit realm. Very good. I knew I chose wisely. Master Kingquen happily pats your shoulder. The two of you chat for a bit longer. Master Kingquen then leaves you,
He steps out of the training room.
heading to his residence. It's already late at night. The moon shines brightly. Your mind has already flown to the dream world. You wonder what a year over there has changed. How has Suzu Yao become now? Just as you're about to push open the door, you suddenly frown. Someone's inside. You open the door and see a stunning woman. She's sweetly lying on your bed. Her eyes are seductive. She oozes allure. Women's clothes are scattered on the floor by the bed. She gently lifts the quilt, revealing a pair of fair, slender legs. So tempting.
It's raw seduction.
Too bad, she's Jifayan. Thinking of her methods and past, you feel a wave of nausea. But even though you dislike her, you don't react right away. You realize it's not so simple. Since she wants to trap you, maybe you can play along. You give her a calm glance. Your tone is flat. What's the matter, Jifayan? Her red lips part slightly. Heavenly Tao child, am I not beautiful enough for you? A faint fragrance wafts over. She's constantly using her charm. But now your soul is much stronger. Plus, after seeing Suzu Yao, her tricks can't even make your eyelids twitch. Seeing your lack of reaction, Jifayan feels defeated inside. She bites her lip, trying even harder. Heavenly Tao child, these nights are too short. I'm waiting to spend them with you. As she speaks, she pulls the quilt aside. More fingers lightly glide over her skin, making soft slapping sounds. You seem drawn in, moving toward the bed unintentionally. Jifayan smirks inwardly, feeling triumphant. Can't resist my charm after all. You're getting closer to the bed, almost about to sit down. Jifayan rejoices. She thinks you've fallen for her. Bang, just then, you suddenly make a move, grabbing her storage ring by the bed, snatching up the clothes from the floor, doing it all in a flash. Jifayan is totally shocked. Before she can react, you've already rushed to the door. Just then, noise comes from outside. A large group of disciples happens to pass by. Perfect timing. The original plan was you'd be seduced and lose your mind, then caught by everyone in bed. Your reputation ruined. But now you're at the door. Steadying your breath, you shout loudly, "Come see. There's a crazy naked woman here. She's staying in my room. Somebody help." Your shout makes all the disciples stop in their tracks. They all look up at your room. Mo Canyon and Jifayan are furious. She never expected you'd dig such a deep pit for her without thinking. Wanted to take advantage, but got played by you instead, and ended up as the mad woman. More and more people gather around. She can only wrap herself in the bedsheet and scramble out the window in embarrassment. Watching her flee, you smile in victory. Looking at the clothes in your hand, you toss them away in disgust, which starts a scramble below. You turn to look at the house you've lived in for years, a bit reluctant. But after all that bad luck from her, it's truly revolting. You set the house ablaze without hesitation. Luckily, the sect made you a new place to stay. You've never moved in. Now it's finally useful. When you become aware again, you feel a chill before even opening your eyes. You know you're back in Suzu Yao's world. You open your eyes. You're inside a secluded training chamber. Walls made entirely of 1,000-year ice. Spiritual energy is incredibly dense. On the jade bed in the middle, a gorgeous woman sits cross-legged. She's wearing a light purple dress. Her hair flows over her shoulders, quietly sitting there, like a sleeping fairy Suzu Yao. She's even more mature and beautiful than you remember. Her calm, noble, pure aura makes you only dare admire from afar. You wouldn't dare to offend her. You're kind of glad. The first time you met her, she was just a naive 15-year-old girl. If you'd met her as she is now, this dream would have ended before starting. 19 years old, heavenly Tao foundation. Her late-stage strength could crush you easily. It'd be easier than squashing a bug. How much longer do you want to stare? A clear, pleasant voice rings out. Suzuya opens her eyes at some point. She's smiling as she looks at you. A princess's beauty could never be too much. How would I ever get tired of it? You shamelessly admit it. Slick words, honest mouth. With your looks and charm, how many girls have you fooled? Suzuya laughs softly and stands up, walking slowly up to you. She gently sniffs you. Really? But you smell like another woman's makeup. Princess, are you jealous? You awkwardly cough. I wouldn't be that childish. Suzuya turns away. She says that, but she doesn't look pleased. There's a misunderstanding, princess. A crazy woman tried to seduce me earlier. She wanted to ruin my reputation. But I saw through it. You quickly explain. Upon hearing that, Suzuya finally smiles again. You said last time you can advance in the dream. So I waited for you here in my training room today. Suzuya turns to look at you. Her tone is calm but caring. This is the place with the strongest energy in Desu. You can use it to break through to foundation. I'll guard you while you cultivate. Isn't today your birthday, princess? You waited here all day for me. You're instantly touched. Didn't think your casual words would be remembered so deeply. A reunion across time and space. The start of your rise to the top. You saved billions of Desu's people. I just gave you a place to train. It's not enough to repay your kindness. Suzuya nods gently. Her tone is light, but you can tell. She has something on her mind. You can't help but ask again. But are you really not celebrating your birthday? It's just a birthday. Is it that important? Right now, the safety of the Song people matters most. Suzuya answers softly. You go quiet. Looking at Suzuya before you, you notice real concern for her people in her eyes. It's so genuine. She seems to have changed. She's not the girl in your memory who longed for gifts. Or maybe she never changed. She just buried that longing deep for duty's sake. Put those wishes aside for responsibility. Is there another war? You press for answers. Juzio shakes her head. All 6 countries have retreated. My father went to reclaim lost land with the army, but hasn't returned yet, though the nation comes first. You know in your heart. What girl doesn't hope for a birthday surprise? You think for a moment, then you get an idea. Princess, I have something for you. Consider it your birthday gift. Before you finish speaking, you pull out a delicate box from your storage ring and hand it over to her. You pass it to her. Suzuya is clearly surprised. She didn't expect a gift from you right now. She hesitates a second, but still takes it and softly thanks you. Just as she's about to open it, you press your hand on the lid and smile mysteriously. Open it after I leave. Princess, please wait till then. Suzuya nods obediently, puts away her curiosity. All right, time is running out. Go train now. You nod seriously. Then you cross your legs on the jade bed. And just as you sit down, a fresh, lovely scent fills the air. It hits you suddenly. You're in Suzuya's private room. The scent is so calming. You take a deep breath, close your eyes, and instantly enter a cultivation state. Suzuya quietly sits at the bedside, gazing at you with closed eyes. Her gaze is warm and affectionate. She wishes this moment could last longer. The cultivation road is tough, from innate to foundation establishment. The first step is key in fusing the blood. If you tried this outside, it'd be nearly impossible. But right now you're in a blessed place, with thick spiritual energy all around. No need for any special foundation pills. You madly absorb the ki around you. In just 15 minutes, all 361 acupoints are fully energized. Next up is building the spirit sea. The size of the spirit sea decides your talent level. 100 zhang is yellow, 1,000 is xuan, 10,000 is earth. Even 10,000 zhang is rare in the spirit domain. Almost no one reaches that height. But your ambition goes beyond that. You want the supreme heavenly Tao foundation. As your acupoints are cleared, your aura skyrockets. The air's ki answers the call like a king, whirling into a giant vortex around you. You're about to succeed. Suzuya sighs in relief, her worries finally at ease. Then a thunderous boom echoes. Brilliant golden light bursts from your body, shooting straight to the sky. If the chamber wasn't sturdy, it'd alarm the heavens by now. A sea of forest appears above you, expanding wildly. 10,000, 50,000, 90,000 zhang. This massive forest shadow even covers the whole Song Palace. Countless elites are stunned. But when they realize the source is Su Zuyao's training room, they back off with understanding. The greatest prodigy in the dynasty, causing a stir, is just business as usual. But when the forest hits 99,999 jiang, it stalls at a bottleneck. Just one last step. You grit your teeth hard. Veins bulge on your forehead. Your body shaking from deep frustration. If you're stuck here, it's an endless gap from greatness. Su Zuyao sees your pain, feels your struggle. She knows how much this last step means to you. Without hesitation, determination flashes in her eyes. She steps up onto the bed, sits cross-legged in front of you, gently parts her lips, and reaches out her hands. You force yourself to look up, catching her steady gaze through blurred vision. Let me help you. Her voice is gentle like water, soothing your restless heart in an instant. You freeze for a moment, then instinctively reach out. Your fingers interlock instantly, palms pressed together. A jolt of tingling energy sweeps your whole body. You can't hold back a muffled groan. This is her unique physique supporting your cultivation. Su Zuyao's cheeks flush bright red. It's her first time being this close with a boy. But to help you achieve heavenly Tao, she forgets her shyness. Your two energies blend palm to palm, circling her body once, becoming incredibly pure. And the power skyrockets more than tenfold. It violently pours into your body. This force is unbelievably strong. Break through. You roar with rage. That impossible barrier shatters instantly. You achieve the 100,000 zhang mark. Your whole life level jumps in that moment. Your ki turns blazing gold, and your lifespan soars beyond 200 years. Heavenly Tao Foundation complete. You slowly open your eyes, gold light dancing in them. Looking at the stunning girl right beside you, you sincerely say thank you. Without her, you'd regret it for a lifetime. Between us, no need for thanks. Su Zuyao smiles brightly. That smile could light up the world. You look at her. Your heart skips a beat. So beautiful. But goodbyes always come too soon. The girl before you starts fading away. You gasp awake. Back to the real world. Turns out, it was all a dream, a memory spanning time. You instinctively pick up your brush and put that amazing dream scene to paper. Elsewhere, Su Zuyao looks at the place you vanished. Her eyes dim. When we meet again, it'll be another year. She opens the gift box you left behind. Inside, 4 paintings unfold. In the first, a girl lies in a hot spring. That's her when you first met 4 years ago. The other 3 capture the highlights of every meeting. You remembered it all. Thank you. She hugs the scrolls close, as if hugging the real world. Early morning at Dao Sect. Master Qingquan hurriedly rushes in. Disciple, did you succeed at Foundation establishment? Seeing your master's eager eyes, you get up and bow. You smile with confidence. I didn't let you down, Master. Now it's the will of heaven. Foundation establishment is real. Taoist Qingquan is overjoyed. Good disciple, haha. I can finally breathe easy. So excited, he suddenly suggested. Punch me hard. Let me see how strong you are now. You hesitated. Worried you'll hurt me? Qingquan teased. You looked awkward. No, Master. I'm just afraid I might flatten the whole mountain. Your body strength is over 10 million jin now. If you really go all out, this hall probably won't survive. Brat, just give it your best shot. All right then. You didn't hold back anymore. You lifted your right hand, fingers together. Golden energy covered your palm instantly. It looked like a gentle push, but packed world-ending power. Boom! Energy hit Qingquan's chest, but vanished like nothing happened.
He wasn't hurt at all.
But his eyes flashed gold. Not bad, better than I was back then. Just as you two were celebrating, a disciple rushed in, flustered. My lord, something bad happened. Second senior brother got beaten up. You frowned. You looked at the disciples kneeling on the ground. The lead disciple stammered. Second senior brother just got back, but was beaten up by the broadsword Sex Daozi, and now looks like a pig. He even said our whole Dao sect is full of losers. What? Your face darkened, same as your master's. Qingquan snorted. Disciple, do you know what to do now? Your eyes turned cold. Your voice was firm. Pay him back with his own medicine. Do to him what he did to us. Master, don't worry. No one can bully our Dao sect. Do what you must. If the sky falls, I'll hold it up. After sending Master off, you turned to those disciples, commanded with authority.
Take me there.
The Daosex arena was packed. A big, muscular guy stood on stage, with a scarred face and a broadsword in hand, shouting arrogantly, "Isn't there anyone who can fight in Dao sect? If you don't want to be embarrassed, get lost." That's the broadsword sect's Daozi. His name's Liu Hu, the Scar Tiger. Dao sect disciples were angry but silent. After all, even second senior brother got trashed. Just then, you made your way through the crowd, dressed in white like snow, walking calm and easy. Who beat up my Dao sect's disciple? My lord, Daozi is here. In an instant, the crowd exploded, like they'd found their backbone. You walked up to the battered, an unrecognizable second senior brother, comforted him. Don't worry, I'll get revenge for you. I'm making the guy who hit you an even bigger pig. Scar Tiger sneered on stage. Just a Daozi. You think you can beat me into a pig face too? You glanced at him coolly, like you were looking at an ant. Who are you? I'm the Broadsword Sect's Daozi, Liu Hu. So you're Liu Hu from Broadsword Sect. You acted like you just realized. Then you changed the subject. I don't care if you're Liu Hu or White Tiger. You'll end up as a dead tiger. The whole place went silent, then gasped in shock. Bold, Scar Tiger's face turned dark. All right, since that's how you want it, let's have a match. Just sparring is boring. You smirked, a playful grin showing. Let's make a bet. If you lose, kneel and apologize to second senior brother. Scar Tiger laughed angrily. Me apologize. Keep dreaming. What if you lose? Do what you want with me if I lose. You didn't care. Good, if you lose, kneel and lick my shoes clean. Scar Tiger spat with malice. Daozi, you can't. Dao sect disciples were all shocked. If you lose, our whole Dao sect loses face. But you just smiled calmly. I accept. Right as the fight was about to start, a bright voice rang out. A battle of Daozi. Such a grand scene. How can you leave me out? Everyone turned and saw Jianling Shao Daozi of the Sword Sect, leading a big crowd. Cries of surprise followed one after another. Wow, she's gorgeous. 100 Flower Fairy from Flower Sect. Water Row Fairy from Bihui Sect. Jifayan from Hawan Sect. The prettiest girls in all Lingyu are here, all gathered together. So many beauties. The air was full of fragrance, especially 100 Flower Fairy. Even with a veil, her beauty was impossible to hide. Her beautiful eyes instantly found you, compared to the crude Scar Tiger. You, in white and calm, stood out even more, drawing all the top girls' eyes. This made Scar Tiger burn with jealousy. Tiger bro, this Daozi's got delicate skin, so be careful not to hurt him. Don't go too hard. Okay. Jifayan from Hawan Sect called out sweetly, pouring oil on the fire. Scar Tiger grinned wickedly. Ji Fairy, don't worry, I'll leave him half alive. He turned, staring you down. Mokianian, all the fairies are here now. Let's get started, shall we? Yeah, let's start. You smiled lightly, hands behind your back, and slowly stepped onto the ring. No sword drawn, no power building up. You just stood there relaxed, didn't even look straight at that muscle-bound Scar Tiger. At this moment, all eyes were on you. You're the only main character on this stage. Seeing this, a lot of folks gasped, thinking you sure are bold and cocky. Even Jianling Shao shook his head.
He knew Scar Tiger wasn't his match.
But even he had to give it his all to win. And you've only been at foundation level for a few days. Yeah, you're so arrogant. Do you think beating Scar Tiger means second senior brother is unbeatable? A Zhuan grade base isn't the same as a Huang grade. Not to mention, Scar Tiger is the chosen one, fully trained by Broadsword Sect. That's just youth for you, not knowing any fear. No idea how tough the world is. Water Row Fairy was confused too. This new Daozi seems way too young. Jifayan just waited to see a joke. He got played by you last night, and was still upset. Now seeing you so full of yourself, he just wanted to laugh. But 100 Flower Fairy, her beautiful eyes looked thoughtful. She had a feeling. Anyone else, she'd think was too arrogant. But the moment she saw you, she felt you were special. Maybe not just Zhuang grade foundation. Actually, Dao sect is always one of the top 3 in Lingyu. Their new Daozi was bound to get all the attention. Just because of Dao sect's status, this Daozi could be Earth grade. Only then did Jianling Shao care to come. Mo Qianyan, what's your plan? You going to fight me with bare hands? Scar Tiger yelled angrily, his face filled with rage. I don't need a weapon to beat you, you replied calmly. Then raised your right hand. Middle finger pointed at Scar Tiger, said easily, if I can't beat you in one move, I admit defeat. Everyone was shocked, especially Scar Tiger and the Broadsword sect disciples. Faces all red. They glared at you in anger. Mo Qianyan, since that's how you want it. If a tiger doesn't show its power, do you think I'm a sick cat? I want you to beg for mercy. Scar Tiger raged, gripped his broadsword, and stomped hard on the ground, shooting up like a cannonball, blade slashing down. The blade cuts through the air with a chilling screech. It feels like it wants to split you in half. Scar Tiger once built a foundation forest spanning 3,500 feet, and he trained for another 2 years. This strike packs more than 1,000,000 pounds of force, but your gaze stays calm. As the blade swings right at you, you don't dodge. Instead, you raise your index and middle fingers and clamp down hard, just like grabbing chopsticks, easy as anything. The Dao sect disciples gasp. Everyone thinks this move is pure suicide. Scar Tiger grins, fierce and smug. His big blade is forged from 1,000-year cold iron, sharper than anything. What's more, you're just a weak, early-stage cultivator. You're basically asking to die with your arrogance. Crack. Next moment, something happens that shocks everyone. Your 2 fingers just clamp the blade with ease, holding it tightly in place. All that huge strength is absorbed effortlessly. You don't even take a step back. How is that possible? Scar Tiger's pupils shrink, his face full of disbelief.
He tries to pull his blade back.
But it doesn't budge at all. This is your real power. So disappointing. You shake your head, let down. Then you press your fingers down hard. Bang! A muffled sound rings out. Everyone turns their heads at the sound. Scar Tiger is already kneeling straight on the ground. What? How can that be? Scar Tiger looks terrified. He's the proud Dao disciple of Blade sect. Now he's kneeling before someone. He tries to get up, wants to break free from your fingers. But the harder he tries, the more your fingers feel like mountains. Scar Tiger's forehead veins pop out. He pushes his energy to the max. A phantom forest over 3,000 feet appears above his head. But soon he's filled with despair. Your 2 fingers seem as heavy as a mountain. He gives it his all, and still can't move a bit. Everyone watching is stunned. Some that were sitting jump up without thinking. They stare, speechless. Am I seeing things? A disciple stands frozen. How can that happen? Ji Feiyan is dumbfounded too. Her eyes are wide open. Blade sect disciples have their jaws dropped. Their chins almost hit their feet. What are they seeing? They're watching Blade sect's Dao disciple, Scar Tiger, a top-tier cultivator, getting crushed by you, just a new Dao disciple, using only 2 fingers. Top-tier cultivator Jianling Shao, Shui Rou, Bai Hua, and others see this scene and confirm their suspicions. Dao sect's Dao disciple, Mo Qianyan, really is a high-level cultivator.
He's actually this strong.
Second senior brother Wang Tianyi of Sword Sect is left speechless. He never imagined you'd be this powerful. Now it looks like when he lost to you last time, it was because you held back. Dao disciple is awesome. I knew from the start. Senior brother was destined to be top tier. Dao sect disciples freeze for a second, then burst into cheers. Everyone raises their arms and shouts for the Dao disciple. Beat Blade sect! Dao disciple makes Scar Tiger kneel and apologize to second senior brother. The crowd gets fired up. Even Dao sect elders guarding the arena can't help but smile. Your performance totally surprised them. Unlike Dao sect's excitement, Blade sect disciples look frustrated. The one getting crushed is their strongest Dao disciple, especially Scar Tiger, who looks pale. He never thought his proudest blade would be so weak before your 2 fingers. So fragile. 3 days ago, you beat up my 3rd brother. Now you've hurt my 2nd brother. Finally, you speak up. Hitting them means you're hitting my face, Dao ancestor's face. With everyone watching, you slap Scar Tiger hard, right on his face. His left cheek instantly swells up. Everyone gasps, slapping faces as soon as you disagree. That's so bold. Dao disciple is so cool. A Dao sect girl's eyes shine. Yeah, he deserves it. Nice slap. Dao sect disciples are beyond excited. All their pent-up frustration is unleashed. Scar Tiger hit just right. Second senior brother yells too. Even though his face is swollen like a steamed bun,
He's still super fired up.
Dao disciple is getting revenge for him. Snack, another slap lands. Scar Tiger's other side swells up like a pig's head. My face, Scar Tiger screams miserably. His skin's too thick. It's hurting my hand. Second brother, you hit him. Got it. Second brother hesitates, then rushes forward, looking lively and fierce.
He swings his arm and starts smacking Scar Tiger.
Smack, 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 smack. Scar Tiger is stunned by the blows. The crowd is shocked watching this. Enough, Dao sect. Dao disciple, Blade sect. Finally, an elder can't stand it anymore. He shouts in anger. It's a powerful nascent soul elder.
He's Scar Tiger's master.
Who are you to meddle with me? You shoot a glance at that nascent soul cultivator. Speak calmly.
Hearing this,
Everyone is stunned. Damn, so cocky. That guy's a nascent soul cultivator. And you dare talk to him like that? Sure enough, hearing that, the nascent soul cultivator gets angry. A mere Dao disciple dares challenge a nascent soul expert. Didn't your elders teach you to respect seniors? He speaks, releasing a powerful force. It sweeps across the plaza. But you don't care. Even your second brother ignores him. He keeps what he's doing. Before the elder attacks, a finger suddenly strikes from thin air. In a flash, a massive force explodes. Blade sect's nascent soul elder shakes and gets tossed hundreds of meters away. Younger generation looks down on you, old guy. Why jump in? A cold voice rings out. It shocks everyone in Blade sect. One strike defeats the nascent soul elder. The one who acted is from Dao sect, a true powerhouse at the top. You smile, you recognize that voice? Besides your protective master, who else could it be? Peers fight their own battles. Life and death are up to fate. If elders interfere, everyone will go against them. That's an unwritten rule in the spirit realm. Blade sect's nascent soul elder crawls up from the ground.
he's angry but doesn't dare say a word.
Stares at you intently. Finally stomps his foot and leaves with a huff. But before he walks away, he still speaks coldly.
He's the sword sex Daozi.
Don't go too far with this. You can't be bothered to care. Anyway, you already beat him up. If you want revenge, come at me. What are you scared of? Slap, 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 slap. Second brother gets more excited the more he hits. He beats Scar Tiger's face even worse than a pig's head. Stop, please, no more. Stop. Scar Tiger's face is black and blue. He keeps screaming in pain. He finally starts begging for mercy. Seeing this, you smirked. Finally, you stood up for your two brothers. Remember the bet you made? Now get on your knees and apologize to second brother. You say calmly. As soon as you say this, the whole place goes quiet. Everyone looks at Scar Tiger gloating. He's used to being arrogant all the time. Now he's run into trouble. And people love to see it. You brat, stupid girl. Damn you, brat. I'm gonna fight you to the end. Scar Tiger roars in rage, trying to turn things around. Bang, bang, bang. But he can't even block a single slap from you. He gets knocked down again. Scar Tiger is totally defeated. After seeing the cold look in your eyes, he gives in. He kowtows and apologizes to second brother, looking super frustrated.
He's Scar Tiger, after all.
A dignified Daozi of Sword Sect. Yet he's kneeling to someone weaker than him. He's just mortified. All right, get lost. Seeing it's enough, you wave your hand. Big brother, you're awesome. Big brother, you're amazing. Second brother looks at you with admiration. Scar Tiger leaves with a stomach full of frustration, running away. After Scar Tiger's gone, you chuckle and look over at the Sword Sect disciples. The Sword Sect Daozi sees Ling Zhao and looks annoyed. Ling Zhao, didn't you say you wanted to challenge me before? Well, I've got time now. Wanna do it now? You suddenly suggest. Jian Ling Zhao's face looks ugly, but he still forces himself to say, fine. But I'm in the middle of a breakthrough right now. Not a good time to fight. Maybe tomorrow? As soon as Jian Ling Zhao finishes, the disciples all start talking. He's really using breakthrough as an excuse. I've never seen anyone so shameless. If that's the case, you touch your chin and grin. I'll wait till you're done, then fight you. Ling Zhao is stronger than Scar Tiger. If he breaks through, he'll be even tougher. Others think it's unfair, but you don't care. Ling Zhao snorts coldly at you, turns and leaves. Anyone else want to challenge me? You look around and ask loudly. Hearing this, everyone glances around and just shakes their head. Even Scar Tiger got beat so bad. Who would dare go up and embarrass themselves? Man, I'm just too good. Seeing no one dares to answer, you can't help but sigh. Everyone twitches their lips. Are you sure you're not just showing off? Since no one wants to fight, I'll be leaving then. Have a good time in Delsect, everyone. You finish and walk off coolly, leaving everyone stunned on the spot. Night falls. Moonlight covers everything. In front of the palace's west window, a graceful figure stands. She's wearing a white long dress. It's Princess Su Ziyao of Dasu. She gazes at the stars, as if waiting for someone. Right then, a gentle voice sounds. Footsteps follow. You step into the room. Is the princess waiting for me? Hearing the familiar voice, Su Ziyao's eyes flash with delight. But as she turns to face you, her face is already calm. I know someone was coming to see me today. How could I sleep peacefully? Su Ziyao speaks softly. You give a faint smile and sit down opposite her. It's been a year since we last met. You've really changed a lot. It's just been a day, but you look just the same. Both of you share a smile. The mood softens. It's my birthday today. Did you bring a gift? Su Ziyao laughs softly, her eyes a little sly. You pause, scratching your head. Well, for the princess, it's the most important day of the year. But for me, it's just a normal day. If I had to prepare gifts every day, I would be exhausted. Hearing this, Su Ziyao bursts out laughing, then hides her smile, says you are honest. Do we still need to keep secrets between us? You shrug. How about this? After you went back yesterday, you drew my portrait, right? Why not make that my birthday gift? Su Ziyao smiles brightly. You feel awkward and clear your throat. No way. Before you finish, you take out a new portrait and hand it to Su Ziyao. Su Ziyao smiles in satisfaction and takes it. When she opens the portrait, she first freezes a little, then blushes. Turns out the painting is of her helping you with foundation establishment. Both of you cultivating together. It's amazingly lifelike. Princess, you look so cute like this. You chuckle and tease her. Su Ziyao's face turns red. Zhao Chan shoots you a look. You joke her. She carefully puts away the portrait. Her smile is dazzling. You're stunned, especially seeing Su Ziyao's blushing face. You're even more amazed. Princess, your smile is really beautiful. After a while, you blurt out sincerely. Really? Su Ziyao gives a sweet smile. She's just glowing. I got your gift, so let me give you one too. Su Ziyao says suddenly. She takes out a jade pendant. The pendant is crystal clear, full of strong spiritual energy. My father gave me this pendant a few years ago for my birthday. It's called the Zhuanling Jade Pendant. It can boost your cultivation speed by about 30%, only up to the foundation establishment stage. 30%? You're shocked. A 30% speed boost. That's huge.
Honestly.
If this pendant was in the spirit domain, countless strong ones would fight for it. Princess, that's too valuable. I can't. Su Ziyao waves her hand and cuts you off.
Compared to your help to Diasu,
This is nothing. If you don't use it, I'll give it to someone else. Hearing this, you don't insist anymore. Take the jade pendant. Wear it on my chest. Cultivation speed really increased. Helping the princess was truly the best reward. It's only been a few days, yet she gave me such a treasure. When she rules the world, I'll surely reach the top. Hearing your words, Su Ziyao asks, rule the world? I never thought of that. My dream is for our people to live well, and for world peace. She looks at the map on the wall. You look over, and see the map has changed. 5 nations are attacking Great Zhao. You're quite surprised. Yes, she nods slightly, worry flashing in her eyes. Great Zhao's location. Unless they are the strongest empire, they will surely fall. I just didn't expect war so soon.
you nod.
And start thinking, what did you see? Suzuyo asks curiously. What do you want to know? You keep her in suspense. Zhao's king asked us for help. I want to know, if Dasong gives full support, can Zhao be saved? Suzuyo speaks softly. Without outside help, Zhao's fall is certain. Even if we help fully, it only buys a few years. You shake your head. Against absolute strength, strategy doesn't matter. So you think Zhao is doomed too? The court is split in two. One side says don't help. The other says send troops to seize some of their land. What should we do? She gazes at you, full of expectation. You smile. Mysteriously, Princess, I think we should send troops. Send troops? She frowns. To take advantage of them? She finds that shameful. Are you disappointed? You laugh heartily. What do you think? She sighs. You smile faintly. You misunderstand me. I don't mean looting. You mean help them. She asks. She is stunned. Everyone knows. Zhao will fall. Helping is useless and wastes our strength. You ask, who told you that it's a waste of strength? It seems so for now, but in the long run, it's the best time to rise. Best time to rise? She's getting confused. Just explain it clearly. Oh, you're still so silly. You tap her forehead again. Tell me. Don't tease me anymore. She says urgently. You clear your throat. Princess, have you heard this? Win hearts, win the world. Win hearts, win the world. She thinks it over. Then it hits her. You mean use this to win people? To grow ourselves?
Exactly.
You give a thumbs up. Princess, you're so smart. You get it instantly. You pause. Helping Zhao gives us 3 benefits. When 6 nations attacked us, Zhao withdrew its army. That broke the alliance. In a way, Dasong owes Zhao a favor. Their people will think so too. If we don't help them, or if we attack them, then to them, we are ungrateful. They never join us. The world would despise us. But if we help Zhao, we pay back the favor. And more importantly, we win their people's hearts. That way, even if they lose, most people in wealth will move to Dasong. They'll call us home and hate those who destroyed theirs. When we fight the other 5, these people seeking revenge will fight with everything, boosting our power. You explain it all, detailing the stakes for her. She gives a thumbs up. Brilliant. I thought of that too. What are the other 2? Concordance check. What are the other 2 benefits? You smile. Second, it buys us time and slows the enemy down. If we don't help, Zhao won't last long. They might fall in a year. Then, the enemy's morale will be high, at its peak. In that case, they'll take Zhao easily, and instead of resting, they'll attack us next. But by helping Zhao, even if it eventually falls, the war will drag on for several years. By the time they win, they'll have heavy losses. At that point, their morale will drop. After years of war, they'll want to go home. Plus, they'll be busy with new land. They won't attack us soon. With every word, she becomes more amazed. So comprehensive. How did he think of this?
Hearing this,
Dasong must send troops. It's the only way. What's the 3rd benefit? She asks again. The 3rd one. Your voice stops. She looks over. Why stop now? Before she finishes, she stops too. Because where you were, there is no one now. Vanished without a trace. The next meeting might be in another year. Mopianian. Thank you, she whispers. She murmurs to herself, keeping her gratitude. Damn, I woke up too soon. But that should be enough. Hope it goes well. Opening your eyes, you mutter to yourself, a smile on your face. You take out the jade pendant. It really came back with me. 30% faster cultivation. This is insane. Looking at the clear jade, you nod happily. After getting up, as usual, you paint her portrait again, showing her beautiful smile. So beautiful, better than a fairy. You can't help but admire it. Then you put it away and walk out of the hall. Just as you step out, you see a veiled figure sitting quietly in the yard, looking into the distance. Bahua Xianzi? What's she doing here? It's none other than the top genius of the realm and the #1 beauty. the Saint of Flower sect. Bai Hua Xianzi? Hearing footsteps. She looks back, slowly looking at you. First time seeing her so close, though her face is hidden. Her eyes are breathtaking. Fair skin, delicate features, an elegant frame, and a graceful figure. Everything about her is charming, especially her gentle aura, like a blooming orchid. No wonder she's called the most beautiful woman in the spirit realm. Even seductive Ji Fian, or gentle Shui Rou the fairy, pale in comparison to her. Of all the people you've seen, only the dream girl, Su Zuyao, could surpass her. Fairy of 100 Flowers. Why are you looking for me? A moment later, you're the first to break the silence. You look at the Fairy of 100 Flowers and ask calmly. She ponders for a moment, then gently parts her red lips. Can you not fight Jianling Shao today? You frown a little and ask, a bit annoyed, Fairy of 100 Flowers, what do you mean by that? Are you afraid I'll beat Jianling Shao and make him lose face? Young Master Millennium, you've got it wrong. Jianling Shao almost built an Earth-grade foundation before. His spirit sea reached around 9,000 feet. If he breaks into the mid-foundation stage, I'm afraid you. But the Fairy of 100 Flowers stops herself, not really pleading for Jianling Shao. I don't think we're that close, Fairy. So why are you worried I'll lose? You don't get it. Top disciples and geniuses rarely fight for real. Because losing can hurt their willpower, maybe even ruin their future. You, young Master Millennium, are at the Emperor Grade Foundation stage. I just don't want to see you lose. She bows her head. Even so, whether I win or not, it's not really your problem, is it? You raise an eyebrow and ask back. She freezes for a moment, then says, Young Master Millennium, you're already at the Earth Grade Foundation now. Your real opponents are Mo Sex the Kanglin, and other Earth Grade disciples beyond the spirit realm, fighting Jianling Shao. Win or lose, it's not worth it. Even if you win, it's just an Earth Grade beating a Zhuan Grade. But if you lose, your Dao heart might break. And when the Grand Dao tournament comes, our spirit realm will be even weaker. Her reasoning isn't wrong. Earth Grade fighting Zhuan Grade. Winning is expected. Losing is a total disgrace. You nod your head. You're right.
Even if I do beat Jianling Shao.
No one will be surprised. Seeing you nod, the Fairy of 100 Flowers breathes easy, thinking you've agreed. But your next words take her by surprise. Problem is, I've been annoyed by him for a while. I just really want to teach him a lesson. After you finish, you give a light smile and walk past the fairy, heading to the ring, cool and calm. Right now, the Dao Sex arena is packed. Jianling Shao stands at the center, waiting quietly for you. Below the stage, all the disciples have gathered. Even Daomen's disciple who lost yesterday, Scar Tiger, has shown up too. But his face is all wrapped in bandages, which looks kind of funny. Shui Rou, Ji Fian, and the others are all here too. They're here to watch Jianling Shao face off with you. Jianling Shao glances over to the flower sect disciples. And when he doesn't see the Fairy of 100 Flowers, he frowns slightly. Before you built your foundation,
He, Jianling Shao, was the top orthodox Dao sect disciple in the spirit realm.
ranked number 2, tied with the Fairy of 100 Flowers as an unmatched genius. All this time, he's been pursuing the Fairy of 100 Flowers, and believes that, besides himself, no one is worthy of her.
He's here.
As Dao sect disciples call out, you walk up with a smile, dressed in white robes, looking elegant and carefree, like an exile from heaven coming down. Everyone turns to look your way. Jianling Shao glances over, but his look quickly turns cold. What did he see?
He actually saw the Fairy of 100 Flowers walking behind you.
Entering together, Jianling Shao is full of anger, but still looks calm. He looks at you and says coolly, You finally showed up. Yep, I'm here. You answer indifferently, completely ignoring Jianling Shao, as if you don't even notice his hostility. I've reached mid-foundation stage now. Do you still dare fight me? Jianling Shao says coldly. The air chills around you. You shrug. Nah. Fight you? What did I even come here for then? Why am I here? Jianling Shao hears this, takes a deep breath, trying to stay calm, but inside he's boiling with rage. Since you're here, cut the crap. Let's do this. Jianling Shao doesn't want to waste time. He lets out a cold snort. and his true energy bursts out instantly, blanketing the whole arena with power. Definitely mid-foundation stage. Feeling that strong surge of energy, the crowd gasps below. The sword sect disciple really is powerful. Only 22 and already at mid-foundation stage. No wonder he's the number 2 genius in the spirit realm. No. Your Dao sect disciple was number 2 before, but now he's number 3. Those rankings exclude the 4 evil sects. Dao sect's Mo Qiannian may be Earth grade foundation, but he just broke through. Jian Lingxiao is already mid-foundation. His foundation is Xuan grade, but his spirit sea is 9,000 feet. His odds of winning are high. Here we are, unnoticed in the crowd. Dao sect disciple. 18 years old, Earth grade foundation.
Incredibly gifted.
If he's willing to fight, he must be confident. Not just the disciples. Even the elders on the high stands are arguing loudly. This is all about the honor of their sect. Nobody wants their own disciple to lose. As Dao sect disciples cheer, you wave at the crowd and step onto the arena. It looks more like you're here to give a speech, not a duel. Your laid-back attitude makes Jian Lingxiao even angrier. He can't wait to knock you down and stomp your face into the ground. But sword ring. Clang. Jian Lingxiao draws his sword. He holds a frosty longsword in his hand. Mo Qiannian, are you ready? Jian Lingxiao calls out in a low voice. Aren't you just talking nonsense? If I weren't ready, why step in the arena at all? You roll your eyes. Mo Qiannian, loser, yells, I'm a loser. Do you dare agree? Jian Lingxiao barks coldly. If you're set on calling yourself a loser, then I'll gladly listen. You spread your hands, totally confident in yourself. So you think you've got this in the bag? Lingxiao asks coldly, then tightly grabs his sword with his right hand, making it hum and vibrate. Cut out the you think part, please. Thank you, you say with a big grin. It's open. I'm betting on the senior brother to win. 100 to 1 odds on Jian Lingxiao winning. Odds are 1 in 100 now. Suddenly, over where the disciples gather, Dao sect's second senior brother starts taking bets, which is actually pretty funny. His face is wrapped in white bandages like Scar Tiger. White bandages cover his face. Right now he's happily keeping score, 100 to 1 odds. To him, their own rice is guaranteed to win. I bet the rice wins. I'll put 50 low-grade spirit stones. Our rice wins. I'm betting 1 drop of foundation-building spirit liquid. In an instant, almost every disciple of the rice sect bets on their own rice. This scene stuns the other sect disciples. Jian Lingxiao and sword sect disciples are furious. I bet our sword sect Dao child 100 low-grade spirit stones. Sword sect disciples can't sit still anymore. Someone walks over. The first bet is placed. Of course there's a second. Then a third, fourth. Suddenly, almost every sword sect disciple is betting. They're betting on their own Dao child too. On Jian Lingxiao, the Dao sect's second brother is happily keeping score. For him, this is easy profit. As for losing to their own senior brother never happens. Hey, second brother. Are we sharing the luck? You clear your throat. Slowly hold up 3 fingers. Senior brother, how could I forget you? The second brother laughs. He holds up 4 fingers. Good, you smile mysteriously. You put down 1 finger. Only 2 fingers held up. Second brother sees 2 fingers. His scar feels sore again. Makes him grimace. Mo Qiannian, are you ignoring me? Jian Lingxiao can't help but yell. His true energy surges wildly. He charges straight at you, facing Jian Lingxiao's raging sword. You just shift slightly, easily dodge his attack. Heavy strike blocked. Swing misses. Jian Lingxiao adjusts his position. He sweeps his sword across. The blade shines with icy light. He strikes at your neck with thunderous force. You step back, once again easily dodging his sweep. You don't even get your clothes touched. Jian Lingxiao grits his teeth. His eyes turn blood red. He charges again. He swings his sword in a diagonal slash. Super fast. You grab Jian Lingxiao's sword hand. Your other hand smacks his chest. With a dull thud, Jian Lingxiao is sent flying. He crashes through several floor tiles before stopping. He struggles to get up, spits out blood. His face turns pale, and his sword is already in your hand. Great sword, I'll gladly take it. You laugh. You throw it straight into your storage ring. All the spectators are stunned. Even Dao sect disciples confident in their Dao child's win are left speechless. They thought you could win, but Jian Lingshao would put up a fierce fight for dozens of moves. No one expected Jian Lingshao couldn't even last a single move. This is just a one-sided beatdown. Fairy Baihua is amazed too. Your strength is way beyond his expectations. No wonder he's so confident. Is this guy really that strong? Ji Feiyan's eyes widen. Her mouth stays open for a while. If I absorb his Yuan Yang Mo Qian Nian, you haven't won yet. Jian Lingshao wipes blood from his mouth. His face flushes red. He growls low. Thunderclouds fill the sky. Above Jian Lingshao's head, a forest illusion appears, 9,300 feet tall. It's an astonishing vision. Forest illusion, orange color, radiates faint authority and dominance, makes people feel awe. Peak quality foundation building, just short of 10,000 feet. Step into Earth-grade foundation building. Sadly, once you start building foundation, there's no turning back. You can't quit. Wait for the next foundation building. Such a pity. With a rumble, the forest illusion takes shape and gives off rich spiritual energy waves. Thunder sword slash. Another purple sword appears in Jian Lingshao's hand. It's even higher quality, strong enough to draw thunder, transforms into a huge purple thunder sword. Incredibly powerful. He slashes at you hard. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Purple thunder sword energy shoots everywhere, tearing through the void. The power is overwhelming. It's one of the sword sect's top 3 skills. With this strike, Jian Lingshao could beat late-stage foundation builders. No wonder he's sword sect's Dao child. He is indeed strong. Wonder how many thousands of feet Dao sect's Dao child can reach. Their foundation building might not handle this strike. The elders on the platform start discussing, all approving Jian Lingshao, Dao child mighty. Sword sect disciples cheer loudly. But you just stand there, looking calm, letting the terrifying sword energy fall. A golden shield forms around you, blocking all the purple thunder. Jian Lingshao's attacks are fierce, but can't hurt you at all. How is this possible? The excitement disappears from sword sect disciples' faces, replaced with shock. What kind of protective technique is that? So insane. Someone is shocked. Even the elders on the platform look unsure. Is that golden bell shield? Someone hesitates, but the voice is doubtful, wondering if their eyes deceive them. It's not that golden bell shield is too strong. Almost anyone can use it. You just use spiritual energy, forming a shield buff. Nothing special. The shield strength depends only on how much spiritual energy you have. This basic defensive shield technique. Can it really be this strong? Thunderous purple lightning keeps raging, bombarding non-stop. But your shield doesn't budge, steady as a mountain. No matter how hard the thunder blasts, you're fine. Damn, since when is Golden Bell's shield this strong? This is nothing like the one I practiced. Is this the legendary upgraded version? Some disciples shout, wondering if they learned a fake Golden Bell shield. Clang clang. Sword energy keeps slashing, but still can't hurt you at all. Finally, Jian Lingshao is exhausted and panting, sweat pouring all over him. His spiritual energy is drained. Huff huff. Jian Lingshao is breathing hard. Sweat drips from his forehead. He looks exhausted. But you stand there unfazed, as if your spiritual power never runs out. Golden Bell Shield is considered basic, not because its defense is weak, but activating it consumes huge amounts of spiritual energy. When fighting opponents of the same rank, it barely lasts a few breaths. Your energy drains quickly. And you lasted this long. Are you carrying a portable spirit spring or something? Just how huge is his spirit sea? How does he have so much spiritual power? Ji Feiyan, Fairy Shui Rou, and the others are all surprised, their mouths open, completely shocked. Fairy Baiyua's eyes flash with amazement. Even if he's a mid-stage imperial-grade cultivator, right now she can't see through him. At least against Jian Lingshao, who's a whole realm higher. He can't win for sure, let alone as calm as this. Your spirit sea must be even better quality than his. Maybe way higher. Mo Qiannian, are you going to be a coward? Jian Lingshao is about to lose it. Just as he finished speaking. You moved? Just playing around with him. You took a step, instantly closing in on Jian Lingshao. Then you threw a punch. This punch was simple and direct. Simplicity is the ultimate path, ordinary to the extreme, but filled with incredible power. That punch made Jian Lingshao feel like there was no way to dodge. His heart was pounding. He wanted to run, but there was nowhere to go. Because your fist was already in his face. Don't hit my face, Jian Lingshao didn't finish. And he took a heavy punch to the face. That punch landed right on his right cheek. He screamed and flew sideways, fell on the edge of the arena. Jian Lingshao coughed up blood. His cheek was swollen. He lost 2 teeth. Everyone gasped. Some even covered their faces with their hands. Nice, another pig face added. The most excited was the second senior brother from Dao sect, admiring you. More than ever, Scar Tiger touched his own pig face and looked at Jian Lingshao's miserable state. Like yesterday, you actually went easy on him.
Hey, cough.
Jian Lingshao coughed hard, spitting blood as he struggled to stand. You stepped forward again, came right up to him, and said calmly, "You lost?" Just 3 simple words. But it was like another slap to his face, right across Jian Lingshao's cheek, especially since he was humiliated in front of everyone, became your stepping stone, and in front of the 3 most beautiful fairies of the spirit domain. Lost so badly. Definitely another humiliation. Totally humiliating. Jian Lingshao felt deeply ashamed. Why? Why do you show up here in the spirit domain? Why are you so strong? Jian Lingshao asked 3 whys in a row. Unwilling he was supposed to be Ling Yu's perfect match for Fairy Baihua, a true talent. But now there's always someone better, and someone stronger. I never think I'm that strong, because I know there are stronger people than me, answered calmly. As a Heaven Dao Foundation cultivator, you're not arrogant, because you know Heaven Dao Foundation isn't yours alone. In a dream world, anyone could achieve it. Innate tenfold heaven. Even if few reach Heaven Dao Foundation, it's absolutely not just Su Ziyao, right? It's like Heaven Dao Foundation can lead to sainthood. But is being a saint the strongest realm? There's always someone stronger. Always someone higher. Fairy Baihua mumbled these words and suddenly realized, the more she looked, the less she understood the white-robed youth on stage. He's just 18, at the prime of youth, with such power. He should be crazy arrogant, but he's stable and calm. Jian Lingshao is strong, but Baihua Fairy is even stronger. Being the spirit domain's #1 prodigy doesn't mean you can be arrogant.
Even if Demon Sex Daozi the Kanglin has a bad rep.
Fairy Baihua knows.
Against the Kanglin.
Her chances are less than 30%. The Kanglin is really strong, the top in the spirit domain, but on the whole northern continent, even facing hundreds. Can he claim he's undefeated in his realm? Is he really just a lower grade foundation? Fairy Baihua looked at you at this moment and has a wild guess in her heart. You lost, now fulfill your promise. Everyone heard you. You reminded him again, making Jian Lingshao's expression change. Before the fight,
He said it himself.
whoever lost must loudly say, "I'm useless." At first, he thought suppressing you with a higher cultivator realm. Even if you have a 30,000 Zhang Spirit C, there's no way you'd beat him. But he never expected. Your strength would be so overwhelming, so strong he couldn't resist at all. If he shouted, "I'm useless," right in front of all these cultivators, how could Jian Lingshao show his face again? How could Jian Lingshao live it down? Mo Qianyan, you're just too much. Jian Lingshao growled through clenched teeth. What did I do to you? You asked for this yourself. You were stunned, questioning him. Since you suggested it, let's stick to the rules. I'm big on keeping promises. You've already won. What more do you want? Jian Lingshao's face was dark with anger. He wanted to tear you apart. Why not just accept the loss? You want to cheat? You raised an eyebrow, everyone's watching. Jian Lingshao was furious, but couldn't say a word. The crowd was whispering, everyone enjoying the show. So embarrassing. Even Sword Sect's nascent soul elders couldn't stand it. Left angrily, not wanting to stay and be laughed at. Sword Sect disciples were red-faced, not sure if they're embarrassed, or mad because they bet on Jian Lingshao and lost all their hard-earned spirit stones. Meanwhile, Dao Sect's disciples were celebrating. Even Dao Sect elders were stroking their chins, grinning. That's what you call shooting yourself in the foot. Serves him right, he brought it on himself. Who could he blame? I just love seeing him fail. So satisfying, haha. I knew our Deozi was unbeatable. Even though I only bet 100 low-grade spirit stones. So I only earned one. But hey, every bit counts. Dao sect disciples burst out laughing. Jian Lingshao was already furious and about to go crazy. His eyes were bloodshot, staring at you. Jian Lingshao agrees to accept the loss. Don't forget your own words, or I won't mind helping you. You smiled calmly. You were smiling. But to Jian Lingshao, you looked just like a demon. He was terrified. Jian Lingshao isn't stupid. He knew what you meant by helping. With a fist or a foot. I'm useless. Jian Lingshao almost said it through gritted teeth. So quiet. No one could hear. Hey, did you guys hear him? You looked around and asked with a smile. Can't hear a roar from all sides. Everyone was smiling, mocking him. Nobody heard. Say it louder. You urged him playfully. Jian Lingshao was trembling all over, clenching his teeth. Finally shouted, I'm useless. Nice, you know your place. You applauded him. Jian Lingshao was shaking even more. Shot you a glaring look. And left in shame. He'll remember this humiliation. He won't forget. Farewell. Lingshao left. And the arena erupted in applause. And cheers. That was awesome. So satisfying. Jian Lingshao actually admitted defeat. That's hilarious. I've always hated how stuck up he acted. Our Deozi is the real badass.
He beat Jian Lingshao so bad he didn't know where he was.
Did you see Jian Lingshao's face just now? Looked like he was constipated. Man, that felt amazing. Everyone's talking all at once. Lots of people are looking at you on the stage. Their eyes are burning with excitement. You beat Xuanpan in just one move. And Jian Lingshao, who's at the peak of foundation establishment. You even crossed a whole minor realm. And it was barely any effort for you. Unbelievable. Your talent is at least as strong as Fairy Baihua's. Just when you think it's all over for today. A soft cough suddenly breaks the silence. King Quan Daojun appears on the high platform. You feel your right eye twitch. You wonder what your master is up to. In the spirit realm, nascent soul cultivators are all ancient monsters among old monsters. They have super long lifespans. Most of the time, they're in seclusion. They hardly ever show up. Unless you've met King Quan Daojun before. Even the few elders on the high platform all stand up right away. They cup their hands in salute and greet him with respect. Hey everyone, you've all seen my one and only disciple, Mo Qianyan's performance today, right? King Quan Daojun looks around and speaks slowly. His tone is very calm, not really imposing. Seeing everyone speak up together, the voices are loud and full of worship. Your strength totally won everyone over, but only you feel your heart skip a beat. You're wondering what your master is trying to pull. Sure enough, the next second, King Quan Daojun starts talking. My disciple is unbelievably talented, incredibly handsome, gentle and upright, and always willing to help others. He's the perfect son-in-law. You turn completely speechless. Suddenly, you remember what King Quan Daojun said before, that he wanted to propose a marriage for you. Is he really trying to sell me off? Master, disciple. My disciple's pretty shy. He told me recently that he likes Fairy Behua from the Flower Sect and Fairy Shujo from the Bishi Sect. He hopes I'll propose marriage on his behalf. King Quan Daojun grins, cutting you off. People are all stunned. First everyone's shocked. Then they start reacting. Suddenly the place blows up. Countless people cry out in surprise. Eyes switching non-stop between you and Fairy Baihua. And Fairy Shujo. Fairy Baihua is a little surprised. Her beautiful eyes rest on you. She can't react for a second. Fairy Shujo is stunned at first, then sneaks a glance at you. Under the sunlight, she looks stunning. Her cheeks flush as she lowers her head. Oh, damn. That's wild. No wonder he's the senior brother. If you like someone, you like two at once. Wow, impressive.
Takes guts.
That's manly. Respect, seriously. Everyone keeps talking. All kinds of jealous looks land on you. You don't know whether to laugh or cry. What even is this situation? If my master wanted to put me on the spot, didn't expect this way. You force a bitter smile. You brat. Both Baihua and Shujo are top beauties. Talented too. Seems well matched. And you still aren't satisfied with the two of them. Top 10 beauties in spirit realm. And you want to marry 9? King Deojin answers with exasperation. You nearly choke when you hear that. You're sure now? King Deojin is definitely doing this on purpose. Absolutely on purpose. Elders from the flower and Bishi sects. What do you both think? King Deojin is still smiling, looking at the two sect elders, and asking for their opinions. The two elders exchange a glance. The elder from the flower sect speaks up. Your sect's young master is indeed outstanding. But for something this important, we can't decide alone. The sect leaders need to make the call. And we should consider how the young ones feel. Right, if they like each other, then everyone's happy. The elder from Bishi sect agrees. From their point of view, they're definitely on board. Dao sect is strong. And you really are a rare genius. Plus, you're King Deojin's only disciple. Your future is limitless. It's good. I've already spoken to the two sect leaders. They're both very supportive. As long as Baihua and Shujo agree, we can settle the proposal today. King Deojin strokes his beard, smiling. Whoa, it's really happening. You're amazed. Your master moves fast. He's already talked to both sect leaders. That's pretty insane. Shujo, what do you think of Daozi Qianian? Baihua, how about you? The two sect elders both look at Fairy Shujo and Fairy Baihua, asking them for their thoughts. Fairy Baihua still looks a bit puzzled from how you acted this morning. You don't seem to like her like King Deojin claims. She can't even call it more like indifference. Being the #1 beauty of spirit realm and a top foundation cultivator. You just ignored her like that. She was honestly a bit upset, but after what King Deojin said, now she's just confused. As for Fairy Shujo, she hasn't talked to you before, just saw you beat Scar Tiger and Jian Lingshao these past days. From those times, you made a deep impression on her. Your talent is unmatched, handsome as hell, and you carry yourself so freely. You have style. You stand out. Really impressive. Everyone is waiting to see how the two fairies will answer. Nobody knows if Daozi Mo Qianian can actually win the beauty's heart. Things are getting out of control, so you have to step in. Master, I already like someone else. Please stop teasing me. You say helplessly. Your voice isn't loud, but on stage it's clear as day. Instantly, the whole place erupts. Wow, our senior brother actually likes someone. And it's not Baihua or Shujo? Who else in the spirit realm could catch Daozi's eye? Don't tell me it's Ji Fian, that foxy chick? No way. Daozi isn't that kind of guy? Awesome. Baihua and Shujo turn down everyone. So getting either one is already beyond lucky. What crazy good fortune. No wonder he's Daozong's young master. Daozi hasn't even left the sect yet. The one he likes must be a disciple from Daozong. Could it be me? People gossip nonstop. Their eyes are burning with curiosity. Gossip is spreading like wildfire. They wish they could strip you down and analyze everything. This is wild. Baihua and Shujo are both stunned. And when they look at you, the boy in white, they each bite their lips slightly. Every girl with a crush has imagined at least once that her dream guy would be a legendary genius. Handsome and charming, elegant and graceful. They may not know you that well, but being liked by such an outstanding young genius, of course they'd feel secretly happy. When they heard you say you liked someone, deep down, they actually felt a bit disappointed. That sense of disappointment wasn't because you didn't like them, but because in your heart, is there someone better than them? So you like someone now? Who is it? Should I screen them for you? King Deojin raised an eyebrow and asked in a serious tone. You opened your mouth, but couldn't speak. Are you going to say, the person you like appeared in your dreams? If you say that now, everyone in the spirit domain will know tomorrow. Daosek Star Disciple, are you out of your mind? Master, I'm just focused on cultivation. I'm not considering love right now. Please understand, Master. You finally managed to escape with great effort, so you didn't get dragged away for a matchmaking meeting. When you looked at the girl's bedroom before you, you knew you traveled again. You looked around, but didn't see any sign of Suzu Yao. Still, you heard her voice. You walked to the window and looked outside. By a fragrant and lively peach grove, there was a classic old pavilion. A winding stream wrapped around it, flowing gently, elegant and exquisite. Inside the pavilion, Suzuya sat across from a man. They were chatting softly. All around them, guards stood quietly by, clearly well-trained soldiers. It made people wonder. This man's identity must be special. He wore a blue robe, looked about 25 or 6, exceptionally handsome, warm and refined. He gave off a gentle, kind feeling. Xiao, I have to leave tomorrow. I'm going to Great Zhao to supervise the army. Not sure if I can return by this time next year. He spoke with a hint of helplessness and reluctance. The journey's long and really dangerous. You must be extra careful. Take good care of yourself. I'll wait for you in the palace. Worry and concern shone in Suzuyo's eyes. You quietly watched the beautiful pair in the pavilion. It was a lovely sight, which almost felt unreal. Suddenly, that man looked your way. You quickly turned aside, and then heard his voice. Xiao, is someone in your room? Suzuyo's slightly nervous voice followed. It should be my maid cleaning up. You didn't listen to the rest. You just closed your eyes, thinking back to everything in the pavilion. That man's expression, the look in his eyes. A moment later, someone quietly opened the door. Suzuyo tiptoed over. Sorry, I didn't know you'd come this early today, so I wasn't ready. I was just delayed a bit. Not sure how long you can stay. Suzuyo spoke gently. You opened your eyes. Suzuyo was still breathtakingly beautiful. So stunning it was overwhelming. But you didn't speak, and just walked to the window, looking at the pavilion. It was empty. Clearly they'd all left. Who was that man? You asked, frowning, seeing your expression. Suzuyo just laughed softly. Her eyes were full of laughter. What's wrong? Are you jealous? Suzuyo batted her beautiful big eyes. And teased you. You immediately shook your head. Princess, you've misunderstood. I just want to know who that man is. Suzuyo covered her mouth. Couldn't help laughing. She answered, okay. You don't need to worry. He's my royal brother, Crown Prince of Dazuo. My only brother. Suzuyo chuckled, seeing you jealous. She actually felt pretty sweet inside. Jealousy means you care about me, doesn't it? I can tell. But I wasn't asking about your brother. I meant the guard with the sword next to him. Who is he? You asked intently. Why are you asking about him? Suzuyo looked at you curiously, not sure why you wanted to know a guard's name. He looked at you really weirdly. You frowned and spoke slowly. Weird how? Suzuyo asked. You took a deep breath. He looked at you with obsession, even madness. Obsession, you mean he likes me? Suzuyo paused. No. It's not just liking anymore. It's an uncontrollable craving, greedy and intense, like he could take you anytime. You frowned again, and continued, plus, I saw a deep hidden ambition. That ambition is like a wild beast that could swallow you up anytime. But he and I, we don't even know each other. Suzuyo widened her beautiful eyes, her lovely face full of shock. If it's really as you say, if I end up in his hands, that thought is truly terrifying. You don't know him, but he knows you, princess, with your beauty. How many people in this world could resist? You said maybe, from the first time he saw you. He was obsessed already, just lacked the chance. But from his look, seems he won't have to wait long. He'll find a way to get you. Hearing that, Suzuyo's face went pale. If it's really as you say, wouldn't he be really dangerous then? But earlier you were with your brother. Maybe he wasn't looking at you. Could have been your brother too, you added. Huh? What did you say? Suzuyo didn't catch on right away. She stared at you blankly. Hey, it's just my guess. Might not be true. But one thing's clear. That guard isn't up to anything good. You cleared your throat and quickly switched topics. Let me think. I think my brother mentioned before. His personal guard is the son of the Northwest King, named Sima Tong. Suzuyo frowned and pondered. Wait, son of the Northwest King. From the Northwest region. Surname Sima and also Wang. You pinpointed the key issue. Just one simple sentence. Yet you saw explosive, valuable info in it. At the same time, you turned your head, staring at the map in Suzuyo's room. Sure enough, you saw the land ruled by the Northwest King. When you looked at its location and scope, your eyes narrowed a bit. This is bad? The Northwest King Sima Kuo is Daxu's top warrior, brave and excellent in battle. He's led troops to defeat CHU many times. made great military achievements.
He's highly respected in Daksu.
He's also the first foreign-named prince in Daksu. Suzuya briefly explained things about the Northwest King. She gave a quick rundown. The more you listened, the more your suspicions grew. You pointed at the map and said, "The Northwest King's territory is 1/5 of Daksu, and it borders Sichu. If I'm not wrong, right now, the Song royal family can't suppress the Northwest King anymore, can you?" Suzuya furrowed her brows. She nodded grimly. If this was 1,000 years ago, when the Northwest King was just named, then our Song royal family was way stronger than him. But after 1,000 years of non-stop war, many strong royals died in battle. Now, to hold back the Northwest King, all of the Song can only rely on my father alone. The other princes just aren't as strong as him. Suzuyo added. No wonder you nodded thoughtfully. The Northwest King is power-hungry now. If he gets the chance, he'll definitely go for the throne. Suzuya was still puzzled. You mean rebellion? If there's no good reason, it'd be almost impossible for him to rebel. After all, a traitor is hated by everyone. He'd be branded for life, and the whole Song army would come down on him. Plus, my father is still in charge. Even if he had 100 times the guts, he wouldn't dare to rebel. You're absolutely right. You nodded again. If the Northwest King openly rebels, he has almost zero chance to win. But if he uses another approach, to weaken the Song royals instead? If he sidelines the royals in a different way? Luzuya raised her delicate brows. She looked at you confused. What if I'm saying just if your father faces danger, gets badly hurt or even dies, and you and your brother aren't ready yet? Then, at that moment, the Northwest King could call himself King of Qin, hold the emperor hostage and control the nobles, take over the royals' power. How will you two stop him? No way, the Northwest King can't pull that off. My father is unbeatable in martial arts. He's a whole level above everyone else. How could he ever be in danger? Suzuya just couldn't believe it. In her heart, her father is capable of anything. The strongest man around. I know your father is powerful, but I bet the CHU Empire still has enemies as strong as him. Or maybe stronger. You spoke softly. What if your father faces one of CHU's top fighters, and the Northwest King sabotages things a bit? Like revealing his location, poisoning or sneaking up behind him. Do you think your dad could get out safely? What you're saying is harsh, but it makes sense. Suzuya went silent. But if the Northwest King is really that ambitious, why did he help when we saved Su before? He didn't mess things up. He even backed us fully. Suzuya asked in confusion. The reason is simple. Back then, Daksu was on the brink of destruction.
If Daksu fell,
As the Northwest King wouldn't have anywhere to go.
But now,
Daksu absorbed the people and resources of Zhao. Its power is almost equal to CHU now. If he stays in charge, he can still fight CH. So he'd rather sit back and watch them fight, looking for his chance to act. And now the timing is just right. He can't stay put anymore. That's how you explained it. So putting it that way, the Northwest King is pretty cunning. Suzuya gritted her teeth angrily. I need to tell my father and brother what you said, so they can prepare in advance, and not get caught off guard. Suzuya said to be extra careful. That old fox probably has been plotting this for 1,000 years. Even your brother's staff has his sons in there. Probably a lot in the palace too. There may even be his people by the princess's side. Don't trust anyone. You warned her seriously. I don't know how to thank you. Here are some cultivation resources I've saved up these years. You just built your foundation. I think they'll help you. Suzuya took off the storage ring on her finger, handed it to you. Watching her ring, you smiled, Princess. Do you know what giving a ring means in my world? Suzuya blinked in confusion. She looked really cute and innocent. You smiled faintly, and took the ring from Suzuya's hand. Next second, your figure disappeared. Once again, you left that world. On the bed, you looked at the ring still warm in your hand. You smiled a little. In my world, giving a ring means confessing. That sentence, you can't tell Suzuya in a dream. It's not just distance between you two, but time and space. You expanded your divine sense. And soon you gasped. The resources in the storage ring are huge. All those spirit herbs and pills aside, just the spirit stones alone are over 100,000. And every stone is really shiny and full. Top quality. 100,000 premium spirit stones. In the cultivation world, spirit stones aren't just money. They're also resources. Because spirit stones are packed with spiritual energy. No matter if it's for training, healing, recovering, or making a raise, you need spirit stones. The richer the energy inside, the better the stone, the more valuable it is. There are 4 grades of spirit stones. Low, middle, high, and supreme quality spirit stones. A middle grade stone's energy is 100 times that of a low grade one. One middle grade stone is worth 100 low grade stones. But although one middle grade equals 100 low grade regardless, it's a lot rarer, normally. The real exchange rate is much higher than just 100. After all, middle grade stones are the best for core formation cultivators, and high grade stones are even more sought after, especially by top level cultivators. For common folks, that's a fortune you can't even imagine. A drop of top grade foundation spirit liquid is worth 100 middle grade stones. Even if you count 100 middle grade stones as just one high grade stone, then 100,000 high grade spirit stones could buy you 100,000 drops, or about 1,000 bottles of that top grade liquid. That amount of wealth is more than 99% of nascent soul cultivators in this realm. Far more, really. With all this wealth, you really don't need to worry about cultivation resources. Because in this world, as long as you have spirit stones, you can get anything you want. Using high-grade stones at the foundation stage. No one else dares spend like this. You took out a high-grade spirit stone, put it in your palm, and started absorbing its rich energy. Right away, you felt a surge of pure energy wash through your whole body, pouring into your limbs and core. Cross-legged, eyes closed, you started to cultivate. You entered a quiet training state. Auction at the sect. Mind-calming pearl speeds up foundation training by 2 stages. In the main hall, you looked at your master in surprise. Ever since a Tao sect elder brought you in at age 3. Until now, you've never left the sect, not even once. That's right, and word is, the Tianbo Pavilion is holding an auction soon in our realm. Maybe you lost some time on the first day? When you arrived, Jian Lingshao, Shuiyu Fairy, Scar Tiger, and other top geniuses were already there. When they saw you, Jian Lingshao's face twitched a bit. Then he saw Baihua Fairy right behind you, and his face turned even darker. In his eyes, Baihua Fairy must be into you now. It's like you snatched Baihua Fairy right from his side. Even though he never really talked to Baihua Fairy. In Lingyu, if you hadn't shown up, who else would be a good match for him? He already saw Baihua Fairy as his own. But your arrival was a huge slap in his face, and he can't even beat you. Anger and jealousy welled up in his heart. Jian Lingshao shot you an even colder glare. He hated you so much he wished he could kill you. After Baihua Fairy landed, she addressed everyone. Everyone. You're all here for this Jinx and Pearl auction. I'm guessing the 4 evil sects won't miss out. So we need to team up. Sister Baihua, I'll fully support you. Shui Fairy was the first to speak up. Scar Tiger pouted. Don't look at me. Everyone knows my Big Blade sect is super broke. I'm just here to watch. Ling Xiao forced down his anger, cupped his hands and said, Fairy, don't worry. I, Jian Ling Xiao, will do my best to help you win the Jinx and Pearl. At last, Baihua Fairy turned to you, her eyes showing a hint of pleading. In his heart, your opinion mattered more than Jian Ling Xiao. Shuiyu Fairy and Scar Tiger combined. If you agree to team up with him, the 4 evil sects won't be a problem. In his eyes, even if you aren't heaven grade foundation, you're at least top earth grade. But right as he finished speaking, a chilly voice rang out from the sky. Heard you guys were planning how to deal with us from a mile away. You really see us as that big of a threat. With that, 4 figures appeared before everyone. 3 men and 1 woman. Ji Faiyan was among them. No one knew why he was mixed up with the 4 evil sects again. Except for him, the other 3 were shrouded in black mist, their presence overwhelming. All at least Shuang grade foundation. On the right was someone with a scary demon mask. Only a pair of cold, deep eyes showing. That's the ghost sect prodigy. Ghost key Zhuang grade. Mid-stage foundation. On the left, someone wrapped in dark mist, showing only half a face. with an intimidating aura. That's the Shi insect prodigy. Wuzi Zhuang grade. Mid-stage foundation. The person in the middle wore red clothes, looking seductively charming. But no one dared look straight at them. That's the blood robe sect prodigy. Blood disciple, Xuan grade, late foundation. Seeing such strong opponents, Baihua Fairy's face turned serious. She stepped forward, blocking everyone behind her. A powerful aura radiated from her. Blood disciple gave a mocking smile, eyes landing on Jian Lingshao, full of sarcasm. Hey, isn't this the loser Jian Lingshao? Why are you hiding behind a woman this time? Jian Lingshao's face went pale instantly. Blood disciple then looked at you, his eyes flashing blood red. Licking his lips. You must be Daozong's genius. Mo Qianian, if you beat Jian Lingshao, I'll see you as a worthy rival. Before you could speak, Baihua Fairy snorted coldly. Blood disciple, weren't you also beaten by me? Knight Kanglen from the demon sect, right? If he doesn't come, you guys can't beat me. Who called for me? A voice rang out. A pale-looking young man slowly walked over. He wore a white robe embroidered with gold patterns. His figure thin, looking sickly and frail, but the terrifying aura around him made everyone afraid. It felt like with just a flick of his finger,
He could wipe out everyone here.
this newcomer was Knight Kanglen, the demon sect prodigy, late-stage Earth Grade Foundation. Just as things were about to blow up, an old man stepped out from the side and said, "Everyone, my Tianbao city isn't a place for fighting and killing. If you want to fight, take it outside." That old man was Ayan Yuan, Tianbao Pavilion's guardian in Lingyu, a nascent soul grandmaster. There are quite a few nascent soul grandmasters in the 10 top sects. Usually, the prodigies aren't scared of them. But Ayan Yuan is special. He's not just a nascent soul grandmaster. He's also a Tianbao Pavilion elder. Tianbao Pavilion is a giant force in the continent, with branches in every region, and the go-to place for treasure trades. As long as you have enough spirit stones, whatever treasure you want, whatever info you seek, you can find it at Tianbao Pavilion. No one knows how powerful Tianbao Pavilion really is, but it's known that every branch elder is at least a nascent soul grandmaster. Just in northern continent alone, there are over 100. So that means Tianbao Pavilion in northern continent has at least 100 nascent soul cultivators. All the top sects let Tianbao Pavilion exist. Because Tianbao Pavilion never gets involved in any disputes, only keeps to its own Tianbao cities for trading. Some treasures auctioned by Tianbao Pavilion aren't even found in the top sects, like this Jinx and Pearl this time. All 10 top sects want to get it, showing just how important Tianbao Pavilion is. With Ayan Yuan stepping in, no one dared to start a fight anymore. A few of the 4 evil sects geniuses sneered and turned to leave. Before leaving, Knight Kanglen suddenly shot a look at you, pale face and all, a slight flush appearing on his cheeks. Did he notice something? Feeling Knight Kanglen's stare, you frowned a little, exhaling softly. That's scary. Once the 4 evil sects were far away, Scar Tiger took a deep breath. Their pressure was really overwhelming. If a fight broke out, he'd probably be the first to get wrecked. After all, among the top 10 geniuses, he's weakest. Even Baihua Fairy frowned, murmuring with a serious look. Knight Kanglen reached late foundation. He's not gonna be easy this time. Back when Knight Kanglen was mid-stage foundation, she fought him a few times. Even just sparring left her under huge pressure. Now that he's reached late foundation first, beating him seems almost impossible. Jian Lingshao suddenly laughed coldly. Just Knight Kanglen, right? If we join forces, there's no way we can handle them. Once he said that, everyone looked at him. Scar Tiger was full of doubt. You sure about that? What's hard about it? Jian Lingshao squinted, eyes icy cold. Baihua Fairy, hold back, blood disciple. Leave the ghost key to me. You and Shu Fairy take Wuzi. Ji Faiyan probably won't get involved. As for the Kanglen, let Mo Qianian handle him. He's also at Earth Grade Foundation. Even if he can't win,
He can hold him off for a bit.
once we deal with our opponents, then we can team up against the Kanglen. There's no way he can take on all of us alone. Honestly, he'd rather see you get killed by the Kanglen. Are you crazy? Qianian just started foundation. How's he supposed to fight the Kanglen? Bai Hua Fairy glared at Jian Lingshao, full of anger. So, who's going to face the Kanglin? Seeing Bai Hua Fairy speak up for you, Jian Lingshao's face darkened. He immediately argued back. You walked slowly up to Jian Lingshao. Calmly, you said, I'm not about to let a loser like you call the shots. After that, you walked past him, leaving on your own, calling him a loser in public. Jian Lingshao's face turned red and pale. He stared at your back, furious. But suddenly you turned around, your expression ice cold as you looked at him, the words on his lips.
He ended up swallowing back.
Jian Lingshao took a deep breath, forcing down his rage. He shot a sinister glance at your back, then turned and walked off another direction. Mo Qianyan is definitely out for revenge. Paid the spirit stones. You entered the advanced cultivation room in Tianbao City. Didn't wander around the trading market. You went straight into training. At the moment, you don't need anything special. Even quiet heart pearls are useless for you now, since you already have Xuanling. If not for your master asking you, you wouldn't even bother coming to train here. What you need most right now is time to cultivate. Among the top 10 Dao disciples in Lingyu, you're the youngest. You're at a disadvantage in cultivation level. If not for that, with your Dao foundation, a few more years of training in guys like the Kanglin would be nothing. The advanced cultivation rooms of Tianbo Pavilion cost a lot each day, but they're safe and undisturbed. You can train in peace. After 2 hours of cultivation, you check the time. It's time to enter the dream again. Just thinking of seeing Su Ziyao again brings a slight smile to your face. All your troubles fade away. In the dream, Su Ziyao is sitting at her desk with her chin in her hand, looking really worried, sighing non-stop. Just as you appear, you catch her sighing. You ask her right away, Princess, it's your birthday today. Why so sad? You arrived, and hearing your voice, Su Ziyao suddenly looked up. Her gorgeous eyes lit up with surprise. Princess, what's wrong? You sit next to her, asking softly. Su Ziyao bites her lip, then points sadly at several sketch papers on the desk. See for yourself. You look up? All the sketches are of promising young men, with profiles written underneath. The first page says Nangong Russian. Third son of the Nangong clan, incredibly gifted. Already reached the Hualing stage at just 26. You're shocked. You instantly sense something's off. Quickly flip to the next page. It says Li Wentao, top talent in Xiling County.
Disciple of you, my Taoist master.
Only 25 years old, but already at the peak of magical powers stage. The rest of the sketches all feature famous prodigies, either clan heirs or local elites. Their age and cultivation far exceed all other Dao disciples in Lingyu. You immediately get it. Su Ziyao is dealing with a tough situation. She's being forced to pick a prince consort. Basically, she's being forced to go on blind dates. Staring at the sketches, you're dazed. You always knew this day would come, but didn't expect it so soon. Su Ziyao's already 23. The age for marriage, let alone she's the only princess of Dashu. She has no say in a lot of things, but your heart suddenly aches. Even your breathing feels hard, like something stabbed you deep. You really don't want to see her marry someone else. After a while, you force a smile
And ask Princess,
did you like any of them? Su Ziyao is stunned for a moment, looks up at you, her brows furrowed slightly. Do you want me to be with someone else? You quickly shake your head. No, I don't. Su Ziyao's eyes brighten, her smile as radiant as spring flowers. Since you don't want that, why ask me? You pause, lower your head, mumbling princess's choice. I wouldn't pick any of them. Su Ziyao takes the sketch from your hand. Her aura flashes. The sketch instantly shatters. Wow, you're totally confused. Just staring at her. A warm feeling rises in your heart. Your nose tingles. She's telling you right to your face. She won't pick anyone. Seeing you like that, Su Ziyao bursts out laughing, her beautiful face shining like a field of blooming flowers. Don't worry, my father really cares about me. There's no way he'd force me to marry. You smile too, and reply,
honestly.
Princess, my master tried to make me propose a few days ago, to the top 3 beauties in Lingyu. Su Ziyao blinked, looking a bit nervous. So, who did you choose? I refused. You shrugged. You turned down all 10 beauties? Suzuya looks like she doesn't believe you. So why did the princess say no then? You ask with a smile. You two lock eyes. But Suzuya is the first to look away. Her smile impossible to hide. After a moment, Suzuya coughs, breaking the silence. How pretty are the top 10 beauties of Lingyu? You pause to think. All 10 are beyond gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Before you finish, you notice Suzuya puffing her cheeks. So you quickly shut your mouth. If I joined, could I make the top 10? Suzuya stared at you, asking. Yes, for sure. You nod quickly. Really? Suzuya still looks skeptical. Not just make it. Princess would be number 1, obviously. You promise, patting your chest. Your words make Suzuya break into a smile. The whole room feels brighter. You watch her. Your heart skips a beat. Princess, you're so beautiful. You can't help but praise her. Pimph! I'm the most beautiful woman in all 7 nations. Suzuya smiled with pride. This is the first time you've seen her like this. But she doesn't seem vain at all. Because she's honestly the most beautiful girl you've ever met. Can you tell me about your world? I don't know much yet. Suzuya rests her chin on her hand. Her eyes, clear as autumn water, gaze at you, filled with curiosity. Of course. You nod with a smile. And begin speaking slowly. In the realm, there are 10 super sects. I'm the Tao of the Tao sect, the senior disciple of this generation. You share everything about the realm in detail. Suzuya listens intently. Her pretty eyes ripple with emotion. Her look is full of expectation. He suddenly wants to visit your world. But he knows. It's just wishful thinking. There are 10 Tao among the 10 major sects. Aside from you, how strong are the others? Suzuya suddenly asks. The 10 Tao vary in strength. For example, the sword sect's Tao, Jian Ling Shao, reached foundation stage at 22. Cultivated for 2 more years. Just reached mid-foundation stage. As soon as you finish speaking, Suzuya's face turns strange. You quickly ask, Princess, is something wrong? Mid-foundation stage at 24? Suzuya sounds confused. Yeah, that's the sword sect's Tao, one of the 10 prodigies of the realm. Suzuya adds another comment. Yeah, what's up? Is there a problem? You look puzzled. Suzuya opens her mouth. In the end, she just says, that's enough to be a Tao. The meaning couldn't be more obvious. Too weak. In his world, the Empire's young talents, at 25 or 26, they're all either at core formation or peak foundation stage. Even that might not be enough to enter the Empire's top 10 prodigies. And himself, he surpassed foundation and reached core formation at 20. What about the others? Earlier, you mentioned the 10 beauties of the realm. Are any of them Tao? Suzuya asks again. 3 of the 10 beauties are Tao. The top beauty is Baihua Fairy. Not only the flower sect's Tao, but also really strong. Already reached it. How strong? Is she even stronger than me? Suzuya playfully blinks, looking at you with interest. No way, can't compare with the princess. Baihua Fairy is about the same age as you this year. Her cultivation is nearly at late foundation stage. You say with a smile. Upon hearing this, Suzuya laughs again. Clearly, the realm's top beauty isn't a threat at all in his eyes. You speak, he listens. Sometimes he chimes in. Both forget the time, as if freed from the limits of space and time, until nighttime approaches. Suzuya suddenly snaps back. She looks up at the setting sun, then glances at you beside her. Her eyes are full of surprise. This time, in his world. It was the first time you broke past an hour. You stayed for over 2 hours. You realize it instantly, too. This time, the time in the dream felt especially long. It even lasted more than all previous 8 visits combined. And you didn't seem like you wanted to leave yet? Like you truly blended into this world. You both look at each other and see the joy in each other's eyes. The 9th meeting was such a big breakthrough. It's almost sunset. Will you watch the sunset with me? Suzuya gazes at the sun. Her cheeks have a soft blush. She softly asks, Sure, you nod with a smile. You both quietly climb up to the rooftop, sit at the edge of the eaves, watching the sinking sun. Immersed in the afterglow, the sun sets in the west. The sky is filled with golden clouds. Fiery clouds paint the world with stunning colors. The glowing clouds stretch your shadows, casting them onto the rooftop, like a gorgeous painting. Suzuya looks at you beside her. Under the sunset, everything is peaceful and calm. A kind of relaxation you never had before. Who knows how long passes? You turn to look at her. Princess, I've been by your side for over 2 hours. Feels even better than half a month of tough training. Suzuya hears this. She turns and smiles. My physique is special. The closer you are to me, the faster you'll cultivate. She says this with a little proud look in her eyes. So, Princess, can I get even a bit closer? You pause, then ask with a smile. Sure, Suzuya doesn't hesitate. As soon as she finishes, you step closer to her, not touching, but so close you just have to lean a bit. And you'd be resting on each other. The sun slowly sets. Evening breeze lifts Suzuyo's hair. The last bit of sunlight shines, making the whole palace sparkle. Every birthday as a kid, my mother always stayed with me. Right here, I leaned in her arms, watching the sunset. Suzuyo whispers softly, her tone full of longing. Where is she now? I feel like I've never seen you each time. You softly ask, she left? Suzuyo sighs. A hint of sadness flashes across her face. You pause and look at her, see tears glistening in her eyes. Your heart is completely touched. Sorry, you feel so apologetic. It was just a casual question, but brought up her sorrow. It's not your fault. Suzuya shakes her head, wipes away her tears, forces a smile. You reach out, gently hold her small hand, touching her soft sleeve. Your heart trembles a bit. You can't help but hold tighter. Don't be sad, Lee softly says. It's okay, Suzuya quietly responds. She gently tries to pull her hand away. But you're holding too tightly. She can't get free, so she gives up. Lets you hold her hand. Soon the sunset fades away. Night covers the land. Stars twinkle in the sky. You both quietly watch the stars. Feelings slowly calm down, like two magnets drawing together. Staying close for a long time, Suzuya gazes at the night sky. Starts to speak softly. Her clear voice echoes in the quiet night. You think, maybe fate brought us together. Is there some purpose? You look up at the stars with her. After a moment, you reply. It's fate arranged by heaven. Suzuya presses her lips lightly. She quietly asks, do you really believe in fate? Of course, heaven's plans are the biggest, right? You seriously answer, a gentle smile on your lips. If we lived in the same world, under the same stars, wouldn't that be great? Suzuya murmurs, her face full of longing. Princess, do you want to hear a story? You suddenly offer. Go ahead, I'll listen. Suzuya nods. A long, long time ago, a fairy came to the mortal world and met a human. They fell in love. But immortals and mortals are different. They couldn't really be together. In the end, they turned into two stars in the sky, separated by a vast galaxy. Only seeing each other once a year. You tell the story slowly. Suzuya's heart twitches with emotion. This story is just like how you only meet once a year. Look, a shooting star. Suddenly, two shooting stars dart across the night sky, shining like jewels, sparkling brightly in the dark night. You and Suzuya look up together, eyes following the shooting stars. Time feels frozen at that moment. Everything else is quiet and beautiful. The two shooting stars seem to hold some magic, getting closer and closer, nearer and nearer. You and Suzuya both feel hope and excitement. It's like you've forgotten about anything else. Only the two of you and those stars remain, just like the distance between you, gradually closing in. But right as they're about to merge, two meteors suddenly shift course, veering apart, drifting further away. The greatest distance in the world isn't being worlds apart, but being right by your side, yet unable to hold you. Just like these two meteors, and just like you and him. A single tear falls from Suzuya's eye. The night breeze chills her palm. She turns around, but no one is left beside her. The distance between you is farther than the stars. Fickle fate. One moment holding hands, the next, worlds apart, separated by two different realms. The shortest and longest distances, both exist between you, as close as skin to skin, yet as distant as a lost memory. The night draws closer, the meteors fade away. The next time you meet will be another year later. In the cultivation room, you open your eyes. Your power has grown once more, nearing mid-foundation establishment. But you aren't happy at all. You know that compared to you, Suzuya suffers much more. The only princess of the empire, hidden deep within the palace. She has never left. She told you this today. In her world, there's only the emperor, her brother, and servants. Everything else, she only hears about, or glimpses from afar. Before age 9, she had her mother's company. That was her happiest time. But then her mother passed away. Her father and brother dote on her, but they don't understand. They don't know what she truly needs. She needs companionship, a friend she can talk to. And you are her first friend, her only friend. But this fate is too cruel. She must wait an entire year, just to see you once, even when the time comes. Before few words are spoken, you vanish. The duration of the dream is something you can't predict or control. The 6 hours last night were just a lucky surprise. You could feel that. During those 6 hours, Suzuya was truly happy. She finally had someone to talk to release years of repression, and say it all. Your heart is full of regret. If only you could stay longer. If only you were the one waiting. Soon, the Tianbao Pavilion auction arrives. A grand event for all cultivators, made bigger by the calming pearl sale. Prodigies from the top 10 sects are here, drawing even larger crowds. The auction hall is packed. The atmosphere is electric. Sects and rogue experts take their seats, the room buzzing with talk. This auction actually has treasures that boost cultivation speed. Those are the rarest of all. Forget it, the top 10 prodigies are here. We're just here for the show. Don't even dream of bidding. With all 10 prodigies here, will we see the top 3 beauties too? The second floor has VIP booths, reserved for nascent soul masters, or top-tier prodigies. Cultivators on the first floor look up, with eyes full of respect and envy. Look, the sect prodigies are here. So beautiful. Is that the top beauty, Fairy Bahua? Stunning. A moment with her is worth 10 years of my life. 10. I'd give 100. Is that Fairy Shuru? Rumored to be exquisite. Seeing her today, she truly lives up to the name. The men's gazes are fixed obsessively on Fairy Bahua and Fairy Shuru. After they are seated, Jian Lingshao and Scarface Tiger arrive, followed by the 4 evil path prodigies. The moment they appear, the hall falls silent. The pressure they exude makes everyone shiver. Jian Lingshao scans the room. He doesn't see you. He frowns. Where's Mo Canyon? Why isn't he here? He skipped our meeting last night too.
He didn't run away, did he?
No idea. Haven't seen him since we split up yesterday. Can't reach him either. Scarface Tiger shrugs. He clearly looks down on us. A little power went to his head. Does he think he can beat the Kanglin alone? Jian Lingshao snorts coldly. I believe Mo will come. He must have things to handle. Fairy Baihua speaks up for you. This only fuels Jian Lingshao's rage. He wants to tear you to pieces. His gaze toward Fairy Baihua turns cold. Just then, you finally arrive, dressed in white, elegant and refined, capturing the hearts of many women. It's fine, you're here now. Fairy Baihua smiles, her eyes sparkling as she looks at you. Jian Lingshao watches her, gritting his teeth at her attitude toward you. As soon as you sit, you feel a gaze locked on you. You look up and see the Kanglin. He looks pale, but keeps staring at you. You frown slightly. You can't figure it out. You've never met him before. Why is he staring? Did he sense your heavenly foundation? Or the mysterious soul jade on you? You wonder but find no answers. But you know the Kanglin is the only one who truly threatens you. You grow more cautious of him. A charming voice suddenly rings out, breaking the silence of the second floor. Welcome to the Tianbao Pavilion auction. Faiyan wishes you all great treasures and a wonderful time. Everyone turns to look. Ji Faiyan, in a red dress, walks in with a graceful stride. She becomes the center of attention. Ji Faiyan is so alluring. To be with her, I'd die happy. Even as a ghost, I'd have no regrets. The men's eyes roam shamelessly over her, whispering among themselves. Scarface Tiger looks at her. He grumbles, this Ji Faiyan was with us the day before yesterday, with the evil path yesterday, and today she's the auctioneer. Whose side is she on? We can't control her side, but we must prepare for the worst. Fairy Baihua says grimly. Ji Feiyan glances flirtatiously at the VIPs. She smiles and announces, "Since everyone is here, I hereby declare the auction officially open." The first item is top-grade FE elixir. Starting bid, 100 mid-grade spirit stones. Ji Feiyan pulls out a jade vial. Inside is a drop of crystal-clear liquid. What? It's actually Supreme Foundation elixir? As soon as she said that, the entire auction house exploded. Supreme Foundation elixir is extremely rare in the cultivation world. Just one drop lets a peak innate cultivator build their foundation with no risk. Only 3 alchemy masters in the field can make it. It's unbelievably scarce. 110 mid-grade spirit stones, 120 mid-grade spirit stones, 150 mid-grade spirit stones. Bids kept coming non-stop. The price quickly reached 300 mid-grade spirit stones. Fewer people were bidding. Clearly, it was almost at its true value. You murmur softly to yourself. Inside the sect, each disciple can buy 1 drop of Supreme Foundation elixir for 100 mid-grade spirit stones. But you can only buy it once. But outside, it costs 300. The big sect disciples have way better treatment than loose cultivators. The best disciples from big sects can build their foundation before 30. Yet rogue cultivators and those from minor groups below usually have to wait dozens of years. 300 mid-grade spirit stones, going once. 300 mid-grade spirit stones, going twice. Once no one else bid. Ji Feiyan shot a sultry look and rolled the jade bottle gracefully in her hand. She acted playfully disappointed, saying if no one else bids, someone else is going to get it. Her look was full of allure. A big guy instantly raised his sign. 310 mid-grade spirit stones. 350 mid-grade spirit stones. Another person followed up and raised the price. He stared at Ji Feiyan with burning eyes. The price actually got pushed up to 800 mid-grade spirit stones. Scarface Tiger's eyes went wide. Seriously? That's when everyone understood. Tianbao Pavilion hiring Ji Feiyan as the auctioneer was a super profitable move. In the end, this drop of Supreme Foundation elixir sold for 900 mid-grade spirit stones. A foundation cultivator won it. After he got the jade bottle, he was overjoyed. He looked totally love-struck. Now, for the second item. Ji Feiyan continued to host the auction. But you stopped paying attention. You closed your eyes and began to cultivate. Nothing at the auction is something you truly need. No need to waste energy. You know very well, after the auction ends, there's definitely going to be a big fight. A contest among peers. Older folks can't interfere. Only your own cultivation is what you urgently need to improve. Yesterday, you spent hours by Su Xiao's side. Plus, the spiritual energy in that world is far richer. You've already reached mastery at the early foundation stage. That's all thanks to your natural talent. You stepped into the foundation realm at 18. That's incredibly rare in the spirit domain. A once-in-a-millennium talent. What's more, you're blessed by the Tao. Your foundation talent just got even stronger. Your cultivation speed is insane. At this rate, you'll break through to mid-foundation in less than a month. Soon you'll be at mid-foundation stage. Who knows how long past? A strong, clear voice rang out, interrupting your meditation. Thanks for coming, everyone. Now it's time for the final item of the auction. It's the most important item in this whole event. I'm sure you all want to see it. Elder Yang Yuan from Tianbao Pavilion is here in person. To host this round, you opened your eyes and looked up at the stage. The other Tao geniuses all turned their attention over too. Everyone's focused on the wooden box in Yang Yuan's hands. Yang Yuan cleared his throat. He slowly opened the box. A pure aura flooded the room instantly. Everyone felt extremely awake. Inside was a bright green jade bead, about the size of a thumb. It was totally crystal clear, like a jadeite work of art, giving off a soft glow, full of powerful energy. A strange wave of power flowed out of it. Everyone present felt their own cultivation speed get a boost. This treasure increases your cultivation speed. Everyone, take a moment to feel it. Yang Yuan chuckled. He waved his hand and the Serenity Pearl floated to the second floor. It stopped in front of each person for a moment. When it floated over to you, you acted calm on the outside. But your pupils shrank a bit. You could actually feel your cultivation speed increased by another 20%. How is that possible? You already have a Juanling jade pendant. Normally, only one treasure that boosts cultivation would work. The effect shouldn't stack. Could it be that the treasures from the two worlds are made in totally different ways? This discovery instantly made you pay attention. Since the effects can stack, you have to get this Serenity Pearl. The Serenity Pearl floated around the second floor. Yang Yuan put it back into the box and started explaining. Everyone, this was crafted by a key refining master of our Tianbo Pavilion. It's called the Serenity Pearl. It helps with focus and peace of mind. It can also absorb spiritual energy from nature and works wonders in assisting the owner's cultivation. I'm sure you've all felt just how effective it is for foundation cultivators. This is truly priceless. The starting bid is 1,000 high-grade spirit stones. Each increase must be at least 100 high-grade spirit stones. Right after Yang Yuan finished speaking, the auction hall fell strangely silent. 1,000 high-grade spirit stones. Most foundation cultivators can't afford that. Even most core formation cultivators probably don't have that kind of wealth. The cultivators on the first floor all looked up at the second. The 9 Dao geniuses still hadn't bid yet, but the tension was already sky high. But in your mind, you were calculating. Once you win the Serenity Pearl, you have to show it to Suzu Yao. See if treasures from the two worlds are really made differently. If they are, can they be improved? Could the effects get even stronger? As for money, you're really not worried. You've got over 100,000 high-grade spirit stones. You just want to say, anyone else want to try?